Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Mr. Collector 123. This is my first live stream I've ever done before, so bear with me and make sure I don't mess up anything. But thank you all for anyone that's in checking it out. It means a lot. And I am not alone. I have a couple more people in, and I believe I have a couple more showing up. But again, thank you all for stopping by. I'm going to introduce the first person, and you all know him as Southern. There he is.
Hey, what's going on over in Texas?
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for stopping by. It means a lot.
Yeah, man, want to see what kind of goodies we got going on tonight. And if you hadn't already subscribed to Mr. Collector's YouTube channel, I was actually checking to make sure I was subscribed to you. Join the rest of them and hit that bell notification. Smash that like button for the all-important YouTube algorithm. Let's have some fun tonight. Talk some comics.
Yes, definitely. Again, thank you for stopping by. And next up, we have Mr. Presses.
Hey, what's happening, guys? Thanks for the invite. Sounds like this is going to be a fun show. Let's get to it.
Yeah, guys. Again, thank you all for stopping by, and make sure to follow these guys too. Southern posts a lot of great original art. He's very knowledgeable. So is Michael. So definitely hit these guys up. And Michael's actually gonna start posting videos soon too. So make sure to check him out too. Always does a great haul. So, but yeah. So if we want, I'll show the first one that I got. I actually got two packages, so I will show the first one. Let me go ahead and. All right. So this, while I'm opening it, I guess I could have started before, kind of working on it. But this book right here is actually a book that I have already. But the good thing is this is a higher grade, which is always a good thing to get. So I'm excited. Of course, this is an unboxing, so if the book comes in damaged, please turn on your sensors. Because it won't be nice. I won't be nice about it. I'll tell you that right now. But I do like how they did this.
Wow.
Yeah, I like it when I see those. Yeah.
I've seen the ones with the these aren't the noodles, right, for the pool? No, these are just, I guess, regular foam.
Well, I've seen people cut the pool noodles out and use them.
Yeah. I have seen that as well. Have you ever tried that before? Sitting in the slab?
I've never done it before. I've always used like not the tiny bubble wrap, but the bigger bubble wrap.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I always do.
What about you, Michael?
I've done both. I think the pool noodles. Somebody sent me one CGC with the pool noodles. So I kept them. So when I shipped out, it's a bit of a hassle. It's even though the guy cut it to size and I used the same box that he used. Well, obviously a new box. It was just the pool noodles that I reused. It was not that easy.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna mention the folks that have joined us in the chat because that's what the professional host always forgets. The professional host, aka Paul, never pays attention to the chat if you ever been in an auction with him, unless it's his book.
Yeah.
Unless it's his books, then he always sees it. Mike Bravo, first one to be here, beat L Green Machine, and also Liz Barnes, who is hashtag Team Paul. Liz, everybody's got to root for the underdog, and so if you're rooting for the underdog, always root for Paul. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
And Bravo's right; those are Plumber's installation.
Oh, okay.
Oh, appreciate it, Mike. Mike was the first one here. Thank you, Mike. Means a lot, man. Mike's always supportive. All right, I think I finally got it out. Which threw another book in. Oh, look at that! Can't afford the road thing. You got well, why'd you get the next best thing? That's cool.
Right?
Yeah, that's cool.
Wow.
Hey, somebody's backstage too.
Oh man, hold on. This book can wait a second. Hold on.
You say something?
Royalty is in the building.
Oh boy,
Royalty is in the building.
he's like Beetlejuice. You say his name 3 times, he shows up.
Hold on.
Either that or the devil.
Oh wait. Hold on now.
Hold on, let me let Collector know I'm here. Let me call him real quick. Oh hell no! I know he ain't got me with Michael and Mississippi. Oh man, I'm not.
Yeah, we trying to up our game. He's trying to up his game here, Paul.
Yeah, I gotta get the best of the best on here,
Hey
man.
man, what are you doing, Collector? You got.
I'm waiting for you to show your face, man.
Answer the phone, man.
This is the way I'm gonna get.
Paul didn't come with any clothes tonight, folks. So
Oh man.
I'm here tonight. Here tonight.
Let me get you your own. How do you do this? I'll make sure I'm doing it right.
Oh Lord, he's gonna mess
don't
it up.
ask Paul then. Don't ask Paul.
Yeah. Hold on now.
Oh, there you go. Let him know, Lynn.
Yeah, your cheerleader's in the chat, Paul. She already cheering for you.
You're just mad because you don't have any, Mississippi. Hey man, you weren't telling me you're inviting Michael.
He told you 2 days ago.
We're scraping from the bottom.
He
of
wasn't
the
paying
barrel
attention.
Right
Just like he don't all his girlfriends.
scraping from the bottom of the barrel.
Paul, you must have been listening to us earlier, because boy, we were sure talking about you. Were your ears burning?
I know. I was like, oh, Mississippi talking about me.
He said, hold on, it's time to get on there. He said,
You tell him, Mike. Come on here, Mike. Don't be scared, Mike.
we should have one more person coming on. Let's see.
Oh hell, it's gonna get worse.
All right, hold on.
You want to go back to your unboxing?
Yeah. I want to make sure I'm doing it right.
Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, thank you, Michael.
Tell him, Michael. Amateur,
All right.
Amateur hour.
Finally getting it. All right. There it is. Issue 2, third appearance of Miles. But it's also the first appearance of GameKey. But, like I said, if you know me, you know me. Newsstand.
Newsstand?
Yes. So, like I said, I do have this book, which I actually have right here. So I have 2 now. But as you can tell, this one is seen better days. When I mean that, I mean when it was printed. But, yes. So my goal is eventually to get all 9 4s in the run.
There you go, Mike. That's what I thought so too, Mike. We all waited for that.
So yeah, this is one of the books. So I'm excited, like I said, and the guy was nice enough to put it in the bag of. Sometimes when I buy stuff, I definitely don't get them in these, and this is the like the my or the My Lights, kind of like the My Lights
bags or whatever.
Yeah. So sorry about the glare, guys, but yeah. And I was hoping, I just ran out of these bags too, and I was thinking, okay, I got to order one, but yeah. So I'm excited, very excited to get that.
Well, if you need some pressing services, I think Paul still got some coupons available.
Oh yes, Paul. Yeah. I need about 2 of those coupons. I just want to get like if you wash your car through one of those drive-throughs.
I ain't got nothing for this.
Uh-oh.
Hey, those coupons should give me out of 99. So that's what I'm hoping for.
Stricker got on to him for them coupons.
Oh man! All right, let me make sure I get everyone back on. Work with me, guys. I'm new to this. How do you put everyone back in, Paul?
All right. So you see the screen.
You can just hit your screen, your little bubble, and it should bring everybody back in.
My bad. All right, thank you. Who wants to go next, or if anyone wants to show anything?
I got a couple things.
All right, cool.
So, this past weekend, everybody might be familiar with C3 or Comics Curing Cancer. It was put on by several different YouTube channels, and a lot of people sent in donations, and a lot of people came out. I was able to pick up a few things. I actually dropped this on a video on my channel today. Ron Lim, Silver Surfer.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Taylor Winder, who is also a YouTube personality, donated this Wolverine. Little watercolor action. He's even got a glitter belt, which is something I could see Paul wearing. I don't know.
What? Watch it, Mississippi.
Kind of that rhinestone cowboy thing. But
Mm-hmm.
and so I also got this back from CGC. Unfortunately, unlike my last video where I had some grade bumps, this one came back like it was before.
Well,
Nice.
was that issue 2?
Yeah,
Issue
yeah.
2? Oh man.
You were trying to get a grade bump, and they said nope.
Well, yeah. Well, what I was trying to get rid of was this purple label. I mean, I would have been okay with it being still a 1.0 if I got the really.
Oh, they gave you a purple again?
Yeah.
No.
So there's a small amount of color touch right there, but I think it bleeds through a little bit too much into the cover, so it's kind of detectable. So,
And that's still a huge book.
what do you do? But yeah, well, see, the crazy thing about it is I bought it off of an Elite Comics sale, cracked, but they had the old label with it, and it was like a 2.0 or 2.5. So I'm like, okay, well, I should be able to, because I was looking at it, needed some pressing, needed some love, and the guy that does my pressing, has certainly done some good jobs on some other books, and then when it came back, I'm like, dadgummit. Yeah,
Mike Bravo said, "What does purple mean?"
It means restored in CGC lexicon. And so there's varying forms of restorations. This is C1, which is slight right here. So, it depends on how picky you are, right? The older books, me personally, it doesn't matter to me as much because it's an older book and it wasn't nothing for some of those kids to kind of color in where things messed up on there. But it'll show you what the restoration is. So it includes kind of color touch on the cover. But it could be trimmed pages. It could be other forms of
Staples.
restoration. What's that?
Replacing staples.
Yep, replacing staples, Frankensteining a book together, that kind of thing. Well, Liz, the funny thing about this, because I've got my Hulk 181 is a yellow and green label, so I thought it went well with Wolverine and Hulk. And because Hulk is always a man of purple pants, I thought it's fitting there too. So this, of course, is the first appearance of Hulk as green.
Yeah.
And his second appearance overall. But yeah, it's a big book. It'll go well with my number 1. And
You also, I was gonna ask you, do you have a number 1?
yeah, I've got the whole series. Yeah,
Man, that's awesome.
yeah,
Dang.
one to current, so including the annuals.
I think number 1 has the best cover, like comic book cover, probably. Love
Yeah, one's a great cover. My issue 3, I got CGC. They just mailed it back to me today, but it's a low grade. For some reason, whatever, on my number 5, I got a higher grade. I just bought it. That was the one I needed because I got my 1 before I got the other ones, and I got a higher grade. But the rest of them are all low grade, which is perfectly fine with me for what they are. But
okay, cool.
Yeah. But
that's awesome.
Yeah. Well, so talking about your newsstand, so you're cool with 9.4s, and you can take me off big screen.
Oh yeah, I got
the little TV bubbles right below the
take
thing.
them off to the big screen. Good night.
sorry, what's up?
But anyway, so you're cool with everything like being a 9.4, because I know that you had talked about maybe on your big book, your UF4, maybe pressing it. So did you ever do anything like that?
No, the thing that's getting me nervous is, since it is, it's the biggest book I have, I would be so afraid to press it, clean it, thinking it's going to go up, and it could get a 9.2. That's the thing that worries me. And I wouldn't feel that way if it was, something less value. But I mean, to do that, I don't want to go backwards.
Well, it depends on what it is, what the reason that got the 9.44.
No notes either. That's the only thing too.
You ought to let Trench just look at it, because he deciphered my 9.0 Wolverine 1, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, man, this got potential."
Yeah, I need to get with them.
Or like
Now
like
with
like
Go on.
Mississippi did. He took the chance. Maybe it'll just come back the same grade. But you
Yeah.
got that chance, it'll
Mhm.
probably go a higher grade.
Yeah, I mean, what's the difference between a 9.4 and a 9.6 on the price? I mean,
Man, them newsstands, I probably have to
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a lot.
Yeah. Because I think there's only 3 or 4 9.8s. 9.6s, I think there's only like maybe 2 or 3.
so
9.4s,
Paul,
there's a little few more.
what determines if you're in the pink room one night versus the blue room?
I don't know. It's just, I guess.
Just how you feeling?
How you
It's how,
feeling?
when I finish painting, I just finished painting. So,
Okay.
You don't want to smell the fumes. You don't want to smell the paint.
well, I do got
Because
something.
all you're going to hear is good night smells.
You want me to unbox it?
Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, let me put you
Get
on.
it.
All right, so I got this in today, actually, and then I got hit up with Collector and was saying, hey, man, I'm doing an unboxing on some of my stuff. I was like, all right. So this came in. I haven't opened it yet, so we're going to see what I got.
Remember, censored.
I
Kids
don't know
watch.
what this is. Oh, damn.
Thanks again, Mike and Liz, for stopping by. Appreciate it.
Let's see what I got in here. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Tape to the thing. Let's see.
Mike says it's a gun, honey. Wrong show, Mike.
Mike, this wasn't from Carlos, Mike.
His gun honey's his bathroom book, Mike.
See, if Carlos sells you a gun, honey, that comes with a shovel, so you can go get it from the backyard.
Oh, Carlos, if you're watching this, I didn't say any of that.
Carlos, if you're there,
Get rid
say
of all that
something.
stuff.
Damn. All right. Oh, okay. Still keeping the suspense. All right. Let's see what we got right here.
So we'll come back in 30 minutes with Paul.
They didn't put no damn tape pull things.
Well, it is an unboxing, so
Yeah, I should. Yeah, well, same thing with mine. You know what? I'm gonna kind of cut mine open a little so I don't do this too.
I know I should have done this but it's okay. They know that I haven't opened it yet. All right. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Hey
Alan
Paul,
Claw.
you need my address?
For what?
Just send me one of those. You don't need two.
Man,
You don't even like
they
them.
sent
Yeah, Paul.
So just to let y'all know, they sent me these by accident, I think, because I ordered one, but I have two. But thank y'all. Thank you. I'm not going to say anything.
I'm gonna send you
Never
my
happened.
address. Thank you.
It never happened. This is gun honey for you, Mike. Alan Claw.
Gun honey.
So if y'all don't know, this is when Starscream got resurrected by Teletran 1. And then this is where he's stepping over there to blast Bumblebee. So, that's good.
Could you believe that he blew Bumblebee's head off in that first issue?
I think they're trying to homage, when Megatron blew up Ironhide in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I was thinking when I was reading it. But, yeah. Alan Claw, Gun Honey, as Mike said. But I ordered one. I got two. But thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.
go play the lotto, Paul.
I'm going to play the lotto.
Yep.
For their mistake.
Mike Bravo says Ben.
Yeah.
All right,
What?
Mike.
Oh, Mike, it
So
ain't.
just please hit up Paul.
This ain't that
You
type
get
of
free
show,
shipping.
Mike.
You get free
Mike,
shipping
this
as
ain't
well.
that type of show.
We're mixing all the shows together. We're doing auctions.
You didn't
gun
tell me
hunting.
that when it came out.
Hey, somebody asked in the chat, how much is the Transformers behind you? You selling that tonight?
But no, y'all don't want that. This is an original 1985 Omega Supreme in the box, complete with the instructions and all that. The tank does work. Y'all don't want it.
Some assembly might be required though.
What? Assembly.
That's why
you
Paul
gotta
left
put
it in the
together.
box.
Y'all don't know this is called a VHS tape.
There you go.
That's
You can't. You
before
can't
y'all's
put
time
Paul
in
on
here.
without-
A lot of y'all
Pizza
don't know.
Dude's got 30 seconds.
Oh yeah, from the movie.
All right, Michael.
All right. These are some books I got a while back, and then I'll show you some books I got today.
All right.
So this is the Virgin
Michael
variant.
showing up just y'all.
What? This is the Virgin variant, David Nakayama. Then I got the Virgin variant Avengers #1, Nathan Zerdy. And X-23 by Nathan Zerdy. And the last one is Magic by Nathan Zerdy. I like that a lot. But to go back to something, a couple of the auctions that I've been on and watching, a lot of people have been talking about and bringing up Dave Stevens. Sorry about that. Dave Stevens. So I ran across one of my Dave Stevens that was in my personal collection, and I had gotten it when it first came out.
Well, that's cool.
Blue tape it on.
The blue matches, the tape matches the background of the book.
Yeah. Venus Domina, the Christmas Eve edition, and Dave Stevens did the cover. And I had forgotten that I had this. And some of the recent pickups that I got today, there was a sale going on this weekend. So I got Avengers 213. It's a new stamp, but this is the one where the Wasp gets slapped.
Pimp slap. Yeah.
Yep, by Yellow Jacket.
That's what I'm talking about.
And the last
good old days, wasn't it, Paul?
Yeah,
good
the
old
last,
days.
the
Give me
last,
the good old days.
The last page, she's drawn with the black eye. And I picked up Amazing Spider-Man 219, Frank Miller cover. The reason why is because I remember my dad had one, but it was such a reader copy. The cover was already coming off, but I remember this book, and I finally picked one up at a grade that I like and the price that I like. And I got New Mutants 25, the cameo appearance of Legion,
yep.
and New Mutants 21, where they first give Elanya Rasputin the name Magic. And I was able to find
There you go.
Adam Hughes, Catwoman. Not only one,
Hold up.
but two.
He didn't put his signature on that one, huh?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, some of those he didn't put his signature yet.
So not only two Adam Hughes, but I got a third.
I was looking at his stuff on.
Yeah, so that's when Tomb Raider dies on this one. I remember this one.
That's the next issue, actually.
And then the last book that I picked up today is New Mutants number 90, but it's a Mark Jewelers.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
And I like it when they don't know, because they did not know.
How much you want for it?
$1,000.
Hey, that's Liefeld, McFarlane Inc. and Liefeld. I mean,
not on this one. It's Williams, Jim Lee's inker.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I see. Yeah.
I know what you're talking. Yeah, he did a lot. McFarlane did like 3 or 4 covers that he inked for him.
Yeah, 87 first cover appearance of Cable is Liefeld, and
I have the one. I think it's 87 with Rusty Collins fighting the Vulture.
That's 86. Yeah,
86, and it's got the it's an error book because it's got a big old spot down at the bottom.
Huh.
It's actually an error book.
Back in the 90s, I bought that book from a comic shop for $100, and I thought I just hit it big because I couldn't afford a New Mutants 87 back then.
And I'll be back. I got some more stuff to show if you next round.
Cool. All right, appreciate it, man.
Hey, so for those of y'all that went to Dallas Fan Expo, did y'all hear that Steve Irwin died?
Yeah, I did hear that. Was it yesterday? Or 2 days ago? Something like that?
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, he was at Dallas Fan Expo, and of course he's best known for his Deathstroke run, I think. But
that guy.
died suddenly of a heart attack. I actually got him to do a sketch for me and picked up an art page from him while I was in Dallas.
Yeah,
year.
he was doing sketches very very reasonable, underpriced. I should say underpriced.
Oh yeah, I mean comparatively to somebody else with his experience for sure. Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
Wow, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
All right, let's bring it back up. Let's talk some more comics.
So I guess I can do one I got. So this was the main one. Oh, hold on, let me get it. Sorry, still getting used to this. This is the main one, the one I've been waiting for.
Boo.
Thank you, Paul. Johnny without you. In the words of Paul, who needs enemies when you got friends?
Who's that? This is the Grail right now. He's unboxing the Grail.
The Grail.
Thanks for joining, Who Dat?
Oh, yeah, man. Hey, appreciate that. Yeah, Who Dat, this is it. Just got in on time, my friend.
Who Dat's got so many Grails. He eats for breakfast.
Oh, man. He was at Dallas too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I see. I didn't get to see him. There was a lot of people I heard that were over there.
The reason why you didn't get to see him was you were kind of late one day, and you were busy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Somebody tell me.
I was welcomed with open arms as soon as I went through the entrance by Southern. Southern was
he ran you over with the wagon?
No, so I go over there, and the doors are right there. And before I crossed over, I'm like, man, I know that wagon. I know that license plate. And then so I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. Sure enough, I see him with the wagon, and he had a hitch on it and everything. All right, but this is it. So, like I said, as you can tell, I showed the first book I have, and if you know, this was the last book I needed to complete my Miles key issues because it is a newsstand. Yes. So now I have literally all the major keys in newsstands. Oh, that was a different one.
Liz say you don't have the 451. You tell him, Liz.
Got them all. And then, like I said, I just opened up this one. This is a newsstand also. This is a bump because the one that I do have is it's pretty low grade. But yeah, this was the last one I needed to complete all of them. And the guy I actually got it from was on eBay.
He says change your name to Mr. Newsstand Collector.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah.
But yeah, real nice copy. So I'm actually going to submit this for sure. So I am going to submit this. And of course, I have the Ultimate Fallout, which I didn't grab. I have it over there. But yeah, this is it. This is the last one I needed. So now my next goal is to get the rest of the run, which I have a couple other issues already, but they were just fillers, but they are newsstands. So I think now I'm missing with this. I think I'm missing 19, 18, because the guy I was talking to, he said 13 and 13.1 they didn't do newsstands for. So I think I'm missing around 18 more issues, but luckily they're just fillers, I guess you could say. So they shouldn't run me as much as these other ones did. So yeah, this was it. So I completed all my key issues.
Congratulations.
And thank you. And I started this when I got the first Ultimate Fallout. When was Dallas?
June.
Yeah.
June. So yeah, so June to now, I managed to get all these so far. So I think I'm in a good start. I didn't know how long it was going to take me, but yeah. So I'm excited, very excited. He came in, and the guy that's actually sold me this, he has the rest of the books I need. We're just kind of doing it in groups because that's a lot of money to drop on the rest of the books all at once. But I definitely wanted to grab the issue 5 before he changed his mind. But yeah, so appreciated. Let me get y'all back out here. Cool. Who was next? Southern, back to you. Or do you have anything else? Or
Yeah, show this. Hey, Paul don't know nothing about anything like this.
I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, he likes GoBots.
I collect G1 from 1985.
Yeah, well,
That's what like 2024 or something like that.
2024.
2024.
So this was something that I started at Memphis when I went to that comic show a month ago. Which this is a book. It's Valiant, which the book of the Geomancer, and you see the pages made to look old with the little lock. And so I'd seen somebody else do this, so I'm getting it's like a sketchbook, using it like a sketchbook, and getting various artists to.
Wow.
Oh, that's wow. Yeah.
Who did that?
Bo Hampton. And then I've got one in here from Jeff Johnson. There we go.
Dang.
Wow.
How
long that take? Jeez.
Oh man, he whipped through this thing. It was done before I knew it. But yes, I'm gonna fill them up with various.
I like that book. I like that book a lot.
Yeah, no, that I've never seen anyone do anything like that. That's cool. I've always seen like sketchbooks and all that, but that's cool.
But yeah, I seen somebody that on Instagram that is a Valiant fan, and he had this. I went on Valiant's website; it was on sale, and picked it up, and did that at Memphis. So I'll next con I go to. Well, I don't know if I'll go to there's one in North Dallas. It's a small con, but Joe Jusko is going to be there.
Yeah, next month.
And there's that one, and then January, which is the Fan Expo New Orleans, which the voice of Optimus Prime is going to be there, as well as several other cool creators and stuff. That looking forward to that one. But so yeah, I'm gonna keep filling that one up for sketchbook. Been buying a bunch of art, but I just filed all that a while ago.
So do you put it in a portfolio or for your art, or how do you do
Yeah, the it's a plastic portfolio with the acid-free paper in there, so that keeps it safe.
Yeah, I recently bought one. Yeah, I bought one of those last month.
Yeah, so there's Ultimate X-Men where Gambit drops the building on top of Juggernaut. I actually have the double page spread.
Dang.
That's cool.
From the other one.
Dang.
So, but anyway, yeah. So, yeah, I try to keep them separated. Like this is the X-Men one. So, this is some Ian Churchill goodness. Y'all remember Ian Churchill?
Yeah, I met him once.
Cable work.
Twice.
Yeah, I was able to pick up some of that from his website, and then probably off of Heritage and such. But some Scotty Young. If anybody's a Scotty Young.
Oh yeah.
This hold on, this page.
Who did the Rogue?
Is a guy named Geraldo Nito, I think is how you say his name. He's actually out of South America, and that was $150.
Dang, that's it.
Yeah, I know it was like dirt cheap, man. Compared to what stuff that size costs, But But yeah, so I've actually got two versions of Rogue that he's done for me. But he's on Instagram. That's where I ran into him at. And Paul Smith for the older folks that know X-Men.
Yeah.
There's Paul Smith Rogue right there. But it's
that's cool.
It's a very expensive hobby.
So do you actually hang up any of your, I guess, your favorite pieces?
Yeah, you gotta be pretty selective because eventually you run out of wall space. But like I've got a Joe Bennett
just build another wall.
Why didn't I think about that? Right,
man.
But
Paul knows about that wall.
I'm gonna build a wall. It's gonna be a glorious wall, a big wall, huge. I don't say it; other people do. But
wow.
Yeah, Immortal Hulk 16, a big giant transformation page. Actually, from Immortal Hulk 16, I'm thinking about trying to put that whole book back together. I have the last page of that book, which is actually the cover of the second print. And I have 2 or 3 other pages out of that book, and I know where a lot of them. I mean, I know the guy that's Joe Bennett's art rep, so he's a big Hulk collector, and as well. And so anyway, I was thinking about putting that whole book back together, not with the Alex Ross cover because the Alex Ross cover.
I was gonna say you're gonna go for the covers. God.
That Alex Ross cover's at least $30,000.
Yeah, yep. I seen it on his website. I was bidding on let me take you off. I was bidding on was it Heritage? Yeah, Heritage had the Alex 1 in 100 champions, the one with Miles and all them. He had the variant, but he was his original sketch. So before he does his actual work, he'll do that little box sketch. You ever seen it? Yeah, there you go.
Sketch, yeah.
And he had it up for auction, so I was thinking like, okay, I'm gonna bid on it. It was at I think at like 800, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go 1,000. No, of course, it's always the last 30 seconds, and it shot up to like I think 3,600.
Yeah,
like, oh.
Yeah. Somebody will, like if you've been Heritage will go Heritage Live, and they'll sit there and they'll sit there and pop it up like that. Yeah, I try not to the with Alex Ross, but his prelims are so tight, and usually look almost just like what the cover ends up being. So, somebody like that, I wouldn't mind getting a prelim as opposed to a cover because it's so much more affordable than what his covers are.
Yeah, I know.
They're gorgeous. I mean, they're huge painted pieces, but
it is Billy. They're asking for Billy.
Yeah, they want to talk about Billy. They know who the boss of the show is. Billy.
Billy ain't here. Billy's sleeping.
Billy's on a date.
Billy's
Billy's right there, about to jump off the ledge.
No,
don't do it. Don't do it, Billy. Don't jump.
That's his hologram.
Don't jump, Billy.
Billy's watching TV.
Watching
that little bear you have on top of the Transformer box is I am Billy, and Billy about to go over there and slap him.
That's not a bear. That's not a bear.
It's a dog.
What is that? It's a dog. Oh, that's Mickey.
That's not Mickey.
That's Minnie.
Oh, here.
That is Minnie.
Oh, it's Minnie?
Yeah, it's Easter Minnie. She's going to go steal Easter eggs. That's what she does.
See, folks, this is what Paul does with females. He locks them up in rooms and makes them go steal stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is our drawing strike playing with Disney.
Billy's on what?
Billy's on
contract. Billy's like, I ain't get paid for this. I ain't going on there.
Yeah, he might be on the actor strike. Yeah.
He's the only one left. He's the only one with the picking sign, just walking around.
He's on there.
Paul, you got anything else? I could put it on you.
Yeah, we can do that. So I went on the hunt today because, like, Michael was saying, there was a sale today, so no collector, no weapon,
Lucky.
and no Michael. So I was picking up some stuff. Second, Silk.
That's a good one.
Dazzler joins the X-Men. Found a couple of these.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think that's Arthur Adams. Arthur Adams.
Yes, sir.
Picked up those. So this is a cool one. This is Spidey #1. This is when Spidey goes to college, but this is the second print because I think the other one different color, but it's also the second printing on here. So I saw that. Grab that. Got this one as a Island of Dr.
Moreau.
Yeah, some kind of movie special. That was pretty cool. I picked it up.
Well, they got the Val Kilmer movie.
So I got Marvel Premiere, some Iron Fists right here. Got one. Another one. So this is cool. I've been looking for this book. I finally found it. They had it on sale, so I got it. This is 3 Jokers and the something with what's her name?
Oh,
Jessica
Grail.
Cruz.
That's
Jessica
well, no,
Cruz.
Grail.
Jessica Cruz.
Grail
Yeah, and the
and
3
Jessica Cruz.
Jokers. Jessica
That's
Cruz.
first
I
Grail
think.
too.
Then I got a few Batmans that I needed. The old bat symbol.
Coming to an auction near you, folks.
Yep. Gonna be on tomorrow, but second printing right here.
That's cool. Yeah.
I like this one versus the first one, but yeah, it's the gold second printing.
But that's his Jim Lee's first X-Men
Yeah.
run.
Jim Lee's first work on the X-Men. Yep.
He did a cover here and there, but that's his official.
On the title. So I
Yeah.
got, like Mummy, the Living Mummy. Something like that.
What about your mummy?
So I got this one. No, I know people ain't gonna know what this one is.
Nope.
That's
First appearance.
Is that his girlfriend?
No, it's not his girlfriend. He's
No, I'm
saving
saying
her,
the
but-
first appearance of Iron Fist's girlfriend, Misty. That's not Misty Knight's first appearance, is it?
Yeah, it's Misty Knight. Yep. Got an
Don't
old
quit Southern.
Daredevil. No Daredevil. No ASM.
John Romita,
Yeah.
senior cover. That's a
He's,
John Romita senior cover. Yeah.
Yep. She
a nice one.
escaped. So what was it? I think Michael had him when he was in jail, and he's escaping right here. Escaping. And the last one, I found this one. So
That was cool.
Neil Adams. Yeah.
Sauron, second Sauron, I believe. But yeah, so that was the first store. But yep.
So that's the original, right, Paul? That's not the J.C. Penney reprint.
Oh damn, you said that.
Yes, the original. Yeah.
Yep. So what he's
That's the
talking
third
about
one.
is that you have the original back, but then the other one has like the updated J.C. Penney thing.
Yeah. So there's several of them like that, and that's one of the ones that went out in the mystery boxes that J.C. Penney sold for back in the day, and it'll catch you if you don't watch it. So
Yeah, he's a good. Yep, that's a good call. Now.
There you go. The more you know. Got anything else, Paul?
No, I thought I was gonna go after.
Oh, okay. Michael, back to you. Let me get you. All right.
This is stuff for my personal collection, like Southern Comic Geek was showing his personal stuff. This is, and since it's still Halloween, I decided to show this.
Oh, what's that?
It's a model kit, and I got it signed by the actor and what's his name? Clive Barker.
oh wow,
Oh, that's cool.
you seen Clive? He attend a lot of cons? Clive Barker?
No, he was in Dallas. What was it? 2000. Was it 20? No, maybe it was 18.
No, it was
And-
19.
Huh? And you get to make his sunglasses.
Oh, huh. That's pretty cool.
And I've had this for buku years, and finally, that's my second time No, I didn't meet him the first time he was in Dallas. It was like 19 in the 1990s. You know, I got some guys from the comic shop I was going to. They went, so I gave them a first edition of the Great and Secret Show, and they got it signed for me. And there, it was an error where they left off a page, and they had to read. All they did was just print the page on a piece of paper and added it to the book. So I got them. I think they got them to say "oops" because it was a missing page.
Oops, I did it again.
So I got this also.
Oh, that's cool.
Signed by Clyde Barker and Doug Bradley, the actor. And this one I like this one a lot better because you get to not only make the little box, but it's starting to stick now. I wonder why. Oh, there it is.
Be careful playing with that box, Michael. I've seen get some people in trouble.
You get to put the pins on his head.
Oh,
Hey, that takes a minute. Yeah.
From what I heard, this is the second edition because from what I heard, the first ones didn't have this. So it came with the instructions of what size and what nails to go get at the hardware store, and that's what I heard. That so I'm hearing that this is the second one. And it also comes with punch outs of his weapons, and I also bought later on. This is more recent. The box. You get to put it together.
Yeah, just don't open it up.
Don't play with it, right?
Right.
But yeah, his cupped hands and you put it in. You get to put the needles all on the cross hatches.
That's cool.
And that's it. That's it for me.
So we have someone that jumps in over here.
Oh Lord, it's gonna get worse.
Let's see who it is.
Oh man.
Oh
man.
Oh, he's on the phone. Hold on.
What's up?
Can it just get any worse?
You hear me? Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Oh wait, hold on. There he
And then
is.
player.
There he is. The man, the myth, the legend.
Bro, you
Where's
guys be
he
getting
at?
on late, bro. It's 11:30 out here.
Where's he at? Where's the
11:30.
man, the myth, the legend?
That's why Comic Book Champs got the red light. It's the red light district over there.
Red light special. Yeah.
All the time.
Look at that. Look, this is a new direction too, because we're usually not facing this side of the wall that much.
Oh yeah, I'm reorganizing the office, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I told you to get rid of stuff, huh?
Put everybody on the screen, bro. Don't put one person like that.
He's just trying to tell you to say hello, man.
All
God,
eyes on you.
It's boring. There you go. Do it like this, bro.
man.
All
So
right.
kick it. You need it. All right, we need to spice up your background and all that, there, bro.
Well, this is my work background now.
No, I'm talking about the stream background and all that.
Oh man, this is the first time I've ever done this. I don't know how to do
We'll spice
that.
it up for you, man.
He ain't
I'll send you
going
some
Alright.
ideas.
You don't know what the hell you doing.
But Champ, the newsie.
Bro, no,
Nice,
let's just
cool.
that's bananas right there, man. You
Hold
serious?
on, man. But I got the last one I needed for the I'm going blank right now. The key
You
issues.
got the entire run?
Says I'm
No, dude.
not- my
I'm
mind
still
went
like,
blank.
man, I'm still like 18 books away. But luckily, all the others are just, fillers. They're not, keys or anything. So I got all the expensive ones out the way, which is good.
Congrats.
Better than the other.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that.
All right. So let me ask you a question. How long were you chasing after all that?
What's up?
How long were you chasing for all those books?
Oh, I started when I got the first one back in June. That's when I started. So I started from June to right now.
That's not bad, dude.
Well, yeah,
It's not a
that's what
grind.
I was saying. I didn't know how long. Well, what I was telling them earlier is where I got this from. The guy has all the others too, and so we're gonna do it up in groups, but I'm gonna get the rest from them, and I'm hoping to get them all for sure by hopefully before or a little after Thanksgiving, probably before Christmas.
He's watching
So
this.
that's the
You ain't
plan.
getting nothing.
No,
For
I
you,
didn't send them
man.
a link. I didn't send them a link.
You're just gonna have to turn that hat back around when you go to them cons.
When I go,
Oh snap!
well, see, I didn't know how
the
this was
the
gonna
old
go.
over the top, is that what
Over
it's
the
gonna
top hat right there.
Like, so,
Man,
do? Yeah.
the amount of
look,
disrespect.
if I put my hat on right
Sorry
now
about
with
that,
all the hair
collector. The amount of disrespect.
with all the hair I had before I cut it, that thing's just
Yeah.
gonna go.
All right, look, I didn't want to say nothing, man. I noticed the do is different, so you know.
Yeah, it's time. It was
Yeah,
time.
he had to be a
It's a
normal
new
human
collector.
being. He had to be a normal human being. He couldn't be a flop.
Yeah,
This is
the
a variant.
job
That's
didn't.
what
The
we're looking
job
at, a
didn't like
variant right now.
the way.
Looking at the variant.
The 1 in 1,000.
Yeah, 1 in 1,000.
No, you know what? We're gonna go Southern's way. This is the original.
No,
101,
that's the one.
original.
That's the one you. That's the one you sent
Original.
back to Diamond. Like, hey, that's an error. That's not
No,
what we
see,
want.
we got the
That's not what we
original, and
ordered.
Right.
We got the original, and then you got the acetate.
Acetate.
Oh, so I got
I
the
agree
other
with
one.
the first part of that word.
Got the other set right here.
Yeah, acetate.
Hey, Miss Barnes, bravo.
Well, does Champ, you got anything to show?
That's what she said. Bro, let me tell you something, man.
Ain't that the truth?
I did a nice little come up yesterday. In fact, yeah, I
Hold
got something to
up,
share with
hold
you
up.
guys. I was working on this shoot
Zoom in a
For
little
a
bit
month and a
more
half.
on him.
for over a month and a half.
What?
Damn.
Hey, I've
Damn,
seen that book
Mississippi just
before.
showed that book.
We twins.
Hold up,
We
hold up.
twinsies.
Yeah, hold on, look at this.
So I linked up with
He just showed that too.
there you go.
That's
So
funny.
the only problem with this book, I mean, it's maybe like a 3.0.
Oh wow,
on a
you're
good day.
done mine.
If I'm lucky, it's a 3.0.
Yeah.
But the and this is why you need to always take your books out, especially if they're old.
Uh-huh.
Take out the books. I'll give you the tip. Take out the books. Count the pages. Okay. If you don't know how many pages the book has, go to my comic shop. You can
Yeah.
find that information in there. Count the pages on the book. After you do that, check for trimming to your best of your ability. I don't even know. So I give it a shot. I give it my fair shot. What I found is on page 1 and 2, there was 2 small tears right around over here, right? It's very tiny. And whoever owned the book glued those 2 little things together. So now I got to get my guy to undo that so I don't get a purple label on this book.
Right.
Yeah, peroxide
Yeah.
light bulb will fix that.
Yes. Yeah. He already told me what he's going to do with it.
Yeah.
So
Told you. No.
that was the come up from last night. And I worked out a deal with the guy. He wanted to do a bulk transaction. So in order to get a good price on everything, I had to buy up some slabs that I really didn't want. But it was part of the
He
package,
said
man.
either take that or nothing.
Hey,
Coming to an auction.
Champ, not to put you on blast or anybody on blast or disrespect anybody on a restoration like that. How much did it cost to do something like that? Because there are companies that you can send your books to for professional restoration,
Right.
and they do it to where you don't get the purple label. They work with
Right. So it hasn't been worked on yet, right? I sent my guy. So I use a guy locally here, and I'm in Orlando, right? So I have a guy in Orlando that he's the only person that does my books for a couple of reasons. CGC is in Orlando. He actually drives to Orlando to CGC every Friday to pick up and drop off books, right? That's how much business he's got. So my books get hand delivered to CGC and they get hand picked up. So
they
I just
started
go to his
doing
house
that.
and pick it up.
Because I
What's
remember
that?
like COVID and all that, they closed the place down or whatever. You
Well, this
couldn't
dude's
like.
been he's been a partner with them for quite some time. So I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
they
He knows
wouldn't
them. Knows
like
them.
I can't just show up over there and do that, right?
Oh yeah, you look
So
suspicious.
Oh, okay.
this is what he does for a living. So we haven't talked numbers yet. So I don't know
Mm.
exactly what he's going to charge me, but it's going to be a little bit of bread, and then the
Right, right.
grading is going to be a little bit of money. But for what I got the book for, I'm still in the green. Whenever
Wow.
I
Is that a
decide to go
pun?
ahead and move the book.
Was that a pun that you're in the green?
I'll be in the
First
green. I
green.
don't want to be in the red. Yeah.
So
So
that's a good tip that you did earlier about the counting the pages. Collector, before I think we started, he was talking about a deal that he had where ended up not looking for some restoration. The
Wow.
Illuminati didn't want to talk about it.
you said his name too many times.
He didn't pay the StreamYard bill.
He's gonna. Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Stream's
well,
over.
it's
He's the
over.
only one with control. We can't do nothing.
Well, he had to downgrade his internet to get
Oh.
Oh, he
to
truly
get them
left.
newsstands. Downgrade the hairstyle and the internet.
So what were you saying about
So he had picked up.
There you go. Hey man, they were talking bad about you, Collector, not me.
Man.
The Paul was
That
taking
was-
up
that
for
was
you. though.
Mississippi,
All I saw
then
was
Michael,
man
then,
just
Champ.
laughing. I just saw laughing, and I was like, man.
But what we were talking about was earlier before we started. Collector was had picked up some books and hadn't thought to look at such and such. You get excited about seeing a book you've been wanting or whatever, and you're like, man, here's
Yeah.
a deal, and you don't think to look for that kind of stuff like restoration or trimming of pages or even counting the pages, especially.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
And-
he was lucky
really-
enough that he got his money back on his deal. But
Oh, okay.
a lot of
Yeah.
times
See,
you
I
look.
bought a book that I felt was trimmed, and I did well. No, my bad. I bought the book just like you said. I was super excited, right? Um, I thought I got it for a great deal. This is back like in 2017, 2018, and I paid $130 for the book. To me, back then, that was a lot of money. That was a lot of money for that book, right? So
Mhm.
I bring it home. I show it to my wife. She doesn't know anything about comic books. She tells me, "Hey, this book it doesn't look right." So I
Wow.
started looking at it and I'm like, crap, I think it's trimmed. And I held on to it. I sold it in one of Strictly's auctions, but I told the person, I think it's trimmed. All the guys, some people agreed. Some people, they were like, nah, you're wrong. It's not trimmed. I'm like, I think it is. So I'm going to give it to you for this price. Right. I don't know what happened to the book. Honestly, I wish I knew who I sold it to and I could ask them what they did with it. That was the one and only time that I fell for that. And ever since then, anything that I buy that's $50 or more, I actually do spend the time to look at the book a little bit more carefully because to me, $50 is a lot of money, right? And so, yeah, it's a good tip, man. I know everybody gets overly excited about a book, and you get a little nervous and you just want to walk away with that book that you just bought.
Oh, Rafal said it was him.
But Rafael's, man, it was the what was it? Iron Fist 14, I believe. I believe that's what it was.
First
But
Saber team.
yep.
Yeah,
And it was a
first-
newsstand. And outside of the fact that I think it was trimmed, the thing was beautiful looking, man. Definitely like in the 9.0s, if not more. But yeah, man, it's when you're dealing with older books, you definitely want to. Yeah, there you go. You definitely want to spend the time to, look at all the spine ticks, look at all the tears, look at all the, is there water damage? Spend the time to actually look at the staples. If there's rust around the staples, but there's no rust on the cover, that means that somebody messed with the book, because there should be rust on the cover as well. And they're gonna ding you for that. They're gonna give you a purple label for that. These are all things I learned because the guy that does my books, I spent time with him and I asked him all these questions, man. What's the weirdest thing that's happened? What's the dot and all these things, and just talk to whoever works on your books. Just ask them questions. And by the way, when you drop off your books to them, this is another thing I learned is if you don't tell them to check for restoration, they're not going to do that for you. That's your job as the owner. You own the book, right?
Well,
You
I want to say on
tell
that,
them that.
like I think what's his name, Edwin Price, and I think what's his name, Thorough. They both went through that. Like they were saying, they got books that were guaranteed that were not trimmed. They got it to, he said, I traded it to a very large comic shop.
For some other books, checked it out. And they didn't
They
have a
said
problem
that they
with
didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Man,
mean, they sent
I'm
it in,
happy.
and CGC said it was trimmed, and both of them said that it wasn't. Cracked it out, did it again, and they got a blue label but lower grade.
Well, I mean,
I did that with my Hulk 182. When I bought it, it was showing a purple label. I got it cracked, pressed, signed by Roy Thomas, sent back in. Not only did it come back a higher grade, but it came back with a blue label.
Blue label. So yeah,
There
I
you
mean,
go.
all in all, yeah. But like what Champ was saying, you just want to go and check the books and say, hey, even especially the high dollar ones, hey man, page count, how's it look, fishy, whatever. But
yeah, because I mean, it helps you have a better understanding of, or at least you feel better about your purchase, because if they're asking you for $1,000, right, and you find some issues with the book, you want to pay an accurate price for the grade that you feel the book is in, and then you can have that argument with the seller, not argument but conversation, right? And you can meet somewhere in the middle, and either you could walk away from the deal or make it where it's more reasonable, right?
Mm-hmm.
More accurate.
I think that's why CGC came around, because everybody was getting ousted over there and on eBay, and now it's like you got the grade, book is good, blue label, purple label, whatnot.
Mhm.
I think that's why a lot of people
accuracy is
grade
important, man. Otherwise, then there's no faith in the company, and what's the point of sending it in?
Yeah,
Champ, that's good that you brought up my comic shop, because I use them a lot for information, and they'll put stuff like if it's a Mark Jewelers, if it's Whitman Direct, if it's a newsstand or exists or not. To the best of their knowledge, also they have to have the book or a copy of the book to go back for their records. And whether they sell it later and they don't have it anymore, they can actually say, well, that's how they put their database, because they've had the book in their hands at one point or another.
Mm-hmm.
And I also use Comic Vine to look up artists and what books they worked on.
Mm.
That's two websites that I use a lot.
Yeah.
There you go. But Champ, that whole thing with me, it was 2 weeks ago. Now I think about it, I went to a show in Beaumont, and I wasn't even supposed to go to that show. I just kind of heard about it the day of, and I hit up one of the guys that were going out there, and he was like, "Oh, there's probably like 4 or 5 dealers," and I wasn't gonna head out there for a few dealers, but then he told me, he's like, "These aren't the same guys that are around Houston. They're gonna, these are guys that have totally different books that we're used to seeing." So I was like, all right, cool. So I head out there, and he was right. I picked up a couple other stuff, found a couple other stuff. And so in the beginning, I saw this guy, he had a bunch of older books. And I'm trying to dive into like the EC horror, that stuff. So he had a couple of books up there, and, they were cool. Looked them up, looked at the last grades, looked at the books, literally opened them up and looked at them. He showed me everything. So I was like, okay, cool. So grab the books, made me a cool deal. I get home, so I'm sitting on the couch, and I have my iPad, and I have the books right next to me. Actually, Michael, was I on the phone with you when this happened? Yeah, I was on the phone with Michael, actually. And I'm looking at the books, and then all of a sudden, like, I moved one of the books this way, and right there in the light, I just see like a pin mark or something on the side of the book, like, and I'm just like, wait a minute. He was like, what? I said, hold up, man. And I started looking at the book. I'm like, looking at it. I'm like, man, this thing's been like color touched. Like someone like filled it in. And I was like, so I heard him grab the other book. Same thing. And I'm just like, man. So when I looked up the books, the last sold, especially on eBay, there were 2 books were sold about 2 weeks ago, 2 different sellers. But I knew the price was gonna be a little different because they were purple label. But then I was like, hold up. So I zoom in on the books. They're the same exact books. Same marking, same everything.
Really?
And I'm like, and so instantly I'm getting upset because I'm like, Michael heard it. I was like, dude.
But dude, he found it so fast because literally it would have. I've done stuff like that before. It would have took me 3 days to track something down like that, and he did it within 30 minutes. You were very, very lucky.
That man was on a mission.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh man, I'm telling you, because the thing is, the guy, he didn't live here. He lived somewhere else, and so I know he wasn't from Houston, and so luckily we switched phone numbers because there was another book that he had that I wanted. And he asked me if I was going to go back the next day, and I said no, it's just a 1-day show for me. So I hit him up in the morning. I was telling Michael like, hey, I'm gonna hit him up and just be like, hey, I'm not gonna say nothing about the CGC books. You know, I saw that. So I hit him up and I was like, hey,
Damn, look what Val said, dude.
Hold on, Paul. Let him finish.
So I go and I call. I hit him up in the morning. I hit him up pretty early, honestly. The show started at 10. It was gonna take me around an hour and a half to get there. So I hit him up like at 8 early, and I just said, hey, what's up? And I told him this is Mark about the books, whatever. And he's like, what's up? And I said, hey man, I think these books have color touch on them. And all he said was, oh wow, I didn't know that. If you want, I'll give you a good deal on the other book you wanted. And I mean, at this point, I kept thinking about the slabs being cracked open, and that's what's going through my mind more than anything. And when I was telling Southern and Michael, I said, and I take 100% blame on my part for not, seeing that before, 100% on my part. And then so I go, and he says, well, if you want, you can mail the books back to me at my house, and when I get the books, I'll give you your money back. And I was still kind of like, I said, well, if you're going to offer me a refund, I'm going to go over there. I'm going to go straight to you.
Right.
So I go over there, I drive over there. I had to pay another entry fee to the show. So I was going to, so I go over there, and as soon as he sees me, he just says, okay. He hurries up and gets his money back. He's like, yeah, here you go. Grabs the books. He didn't ask, hey, where's the color touch? Can you show me where? Like, he didn't want anything else to do with it. He just wanted me out. And I wasn't making a scene at all. The show just opened, and it's a Sunday, so it's slow. And it's literally just, me and him are talking. No one else is at his booth. That's why I wanted to go early. And, there's no yelling, nothing like that. We're just talking. And he just wanted me, hurry up and get out kind of thing. And I said, well, you don't want to see, the book or show you. So that's why we're on the same page. And he's like, no, it's fine. It's fine. As long as you're happy. And so I was like, okay. So I said, well, before I go, I just want to let you know, these same books 2 weeks ago were in the CGC on eBay, and someone popped them open. They're the same exact books. I said, I'll show you the pictures. They have the same marking, same pin writing location. And he looks up because he was getting the money out at the time, and looks like he saw a ghost. Like he didn't know what to say. Because I didn't bring it up on the messages. I didn't bring it up when I first saw him. And he just looks at me and was just like, yeah, I don't know. I got to talk to the guy who sold it to me. I don't know what happened there.
So then he called Paul to find out what happened.
I don't even know what they talking about. So these were so you're saying you bought these raw books and they were graded and he cracked them out of a case?
So they were both sold the same day on eBay on the 24th, and the show was a week and a half, 2 weeks after. And yeah,
what book is this?
Well, I gave them back. There were it's on my Instagram. There were Weird Science and Suspension Stories. Yeah, so all that happened, but he just looked at me. He didn't know what to say at the time, and he was like, okay, well, I'll
get out of here.
Okay, as long as you got your money back, that's all that matters.
Yep.
But he didn't want to see the books. He didn't want to see anything. And like I said, I wasn't yelling. I was talking to him just normal. And yeah, that was it. He hurried up and just turned around and started doing whatever he was doing. And I just I left after that.
All right, so go ahead, read that, Paul. Rafal's answer back.
No, you go ahead and read it. You want to read it? I ain't gonna read it. You read it.
I'll read it. Wow, just looked at the website. They got it graded and came back a 9.0 blue label. Which one's
the Iron Fist you're talking about?
Oh wow, damn.
What did I say? I think it was a 9.0 or better.
Yeah.
That's what I
There you
thought.
go.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's almost exactly
Yeah.
the same.
Hey, man, you know what? Hey, congratulations to everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Get
everybody
you
came
an
out.
IG link champ. There you go.
Hey,
Hey, see
appreciate
that
it, brother.
all worked out for everyone. There you go.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
You took that before you took them back?
Yeah, crime
The what?
suspense stories and weird fantasy.
Yeah, I'm saying you took the pictures before you took them back?
Yeah.
Oh. Damn.
Yeah, they're. I mean, y'all see the photo. I don't know if y'all seeing it now, but I mean, they're the same exact book, right?
Yeah.
Oh, quality comics. I bought from this guy before.
Uh-oh.
I don't care. It's all good. I mean, I I lost a few dollars off of it, but it's a good learning lesson at the end of the day. It's what it is. It wasn't
Yeah. I
thousands of
mean,
dollars.
I mean, from what obviously I told y'all, and y'all can see the photos too on my Instagram. I mean, do you think I'm overthinking it and thinking it was him?
Um, well, okay, so there's a guy. I'm not gonna tell you his name because he's a dealer that goes to a lot of shows.
Yeah.
And I remember a buddy of mine was like, "You see that guy over there?" He goes, "Never buy books from that guy." And I was like, "Why?" Yo, and he had a sick collection. Like this guy had all the silver in the world. And I
Yeah.
was just like drooling. I was like, I'm about to start buying up. He goes, "Don't do it." He personally trims and color touches the books.
Damn.
And I was like, "Are you serious?" And I go, "Is it a known thing?" And he goes, "Well, I know, he knows," starts pointing out everybody that we know. And he's like, "So we all know." And I said, "Well, how do you
Yeah.
know that?" And he's like, "I bought a book from him. I took it home and I sent it to CGC. It came back purple label. So I waited till the next year when he came back to MegaCon. He walked up to the guy and says, "Yo, remember this book?" And he says, "It was trimmed." The guy broke out the money, gave it back to him, covered the grading fees, took the book. And this is what he told me. He goes, "Yo, he took the book, put a price tag on it, and just put it back down." Right.
Wow.
He goes, he doesn't care. So then he says, then I told a buddy of mine, so he goes, "Oh yeah, he's been doing that for years." So some people are okay with that. So I'm not saying this guy is like that, but I'm just saying like if you don't know each other, it's you're running a risk whenever you do
Yeah.
cash
No. Yeah.
transactions with people. It is what it is. But I mean, the fact that he acted a little nervous or shady about it, yeah, kind of it's a giveaway.
Yeah.
So
And
what
that and
about it?
that's a. Oh, go on.
Like the right way to do it, it would be like what I did, where I was like, I think it's trimmed. Buy at your own risk. Here's the price, right? Hopefully it's not.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I'll give you the price for what I think it is based on that. And if somebody were to come back and tell me one day, hey, that book you sold me was jacked up, I'll be like, well, my bad, because I genuinely did not know that. Like that, like, I'm not a dealer, man. At the end of the day, I collect books, and every once in a while, I get rid of some of them. So I don't want
Yeah.
somebody to have a negative experience because I don't want to have that. So I think most people, when they find out something went wrong, they react differently. They react with, a little bit more like, shoot, I'm sorry, man. Like a little bit more like,
Yeah.
let me not give you a deal. Let me give you your money back. I'll take the
Yeah.
book back. Can you show me where the problem is? Like oh, you're right. There it is. That's I think how most of us will react if somebody were to
Yeah.
point it out to us. So
The funny enough, the book I was looking at too was bought on eBay the week prior to that show. Same book too. It had a well, it wasn't a, it was just a raw copy, and
mm,
so he was selling it at a kind of double what it sold for, and then he said I'll give you a deal on it, and then the book was like I think close to like 900, and then I think on eBay it sold for like 500 or yeah, like 500. He's like, I'll give it to you for 550.
mm.
He's like, I'm losing money on it, but I just kept thinking of the post because I have screenshots of that too, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
So you're trying to get into
man,
that golden age stuff, huh?
I'm really. I just stepped into it, and look at I just stepped into doo doo. The
Yeah.
first time stepping into it, look what
So
happened.
so if he would
Anybody
have
else
told
collecting
you
that?
that, huh?
Anybody else here collects pre-hard code or nah?
Mm.
I'm trying to get into it as well.
Damn.
I only have 2 books.
What do you have?
Crime suspense. I have a couple of crime suspense books. And by the way, the covers are detached or all beat up.
Yeah, yeah.
They're
It's
tough
hard
to
to find
find.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Over there in one of the bedrocks we have, one of the LCS is the. I just found out about it. The Westheimer store. Because I was always wondering where do y'all keep y'all's EC horror books? They said they have a specific section in the back of the store where if you're looking for one of those kind of books, someone walks back there with you and you can dig through it. They don't keep
That's
any
the
of it
wrong
on
kind of. That's the wrong kind of bookstore. You were in a different kind of store.
I'm not talking about the one with the holes in the.
They gonna turn into a
okay.
He's gonna come out with a mask on. Yo, why you looking different?
Hey, with some whips, I'm just like, where the books at?
He got whiplash.
Hey, by the way,
Yeah.
no comic books.
Well,
I'm just saying- okay.
the funny thing about it, because like growing up, I was all collected comic books and read books and all this other kind of stuff. So one day, my grandmother is taking this shortcut in Jackson, Mississippi, to get to the mall, which is where one of the comic book shops was at. And so we go to pass this book. It says bookstore, and I go, "Oh, hey, there's a bookstore. Let's stop there." She's like, "No, it's not that kind of store." I'm like, "It says bookstore. What kind of books?" Yeah, a little different kind of books there, especially not one for minors. But
and then he went back later.
The after midnight books. The after.
So
midnight.
what about
Right,
if he would have told you that they were restored or color touch, would you still have gotten them?
Yeah, because I would have known at least. Like,
He should have told you. I mean,
Yeah,
I agree
I mean-
with what Champer, what Mississippi was saying. I mean, some sellers really don't. I mean, the guys that sell and buy, sometimes they don't know. But I mean, that just sounds weird. It was in a case and they broke it open. Maybe somebody brought it to him. I don't know. But if he looked scared and he looked like he would just wanted you out of there, he knew what was up.
Well, see, and that's why I didn't want to tell him over the, over the text message or anything, because I wanted to see his face and see what he would have, I wanted to see what he was going to say or even react to about, because, like I said, I didn't say nothing about the slabs up front until, he was getting money, and that's when I told him, and he just, like I said, he just like froze and didn't know what to say. But
if he froze it, didn't know
Mary.
what to say. If he froze it,
you
didn't know what to
Raphael.
say. He knew what was up. I mean, it's just like he should have been like, "Hey, man, well, where's the color touch?" And I mean, that book I'm looking at it. Look exactly. I mean, I don't even know how many you can have a date stamp that exact like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I'm telling you, when I was on the phone with Michael and I saw that, I was on it. I said, "Hold on, Michael," and I'm over here
looking it up and doing all that.
I'm digging.
But
over here.
also, if you're saying that he paused and what'd you say he did? What?
He just like froze, like he was getting the money out. He had like a little bag or something, and he
Little
just
money pouch.
froze. Yeah, he just froze, and he was just like, he goes, "Yeah, I don't know." Like he didn't know what to say at first.
Oh, because to me it sounded like he was like, "Man, just get out of my face."
yeah,
Kinda-
for somebody hears something. Yeah.
Yeah, I already heard it, but I know what I did. Just here. I'm giving you the money. Just leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, if he's a dealer, I mean, wouldn't you want to know, like, if you're fixing to sell some books, where's the color touch?
He never asked. So I personally,
Yeah.
if he knew, and he didn't want to hear it. He didn't want to hear your story. He didn't want to hear nothing.
Oh, I know.
Because I mean, I've
And like
heard
I
a
said,
majority of the times when you go to Golden Age, that's a totally different animal. They're gonna have like tape restorations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of times the older ones, they're brittle,
Yeah.
barely making it. So it's like
Mary.
it's like, man, you're gonna come across that. And a lot of times like big heavy keys like like those other Golden Age people would get a restored. But yeah, I mean, he should have been straightforward with you if he knew about it.
I think if you're gonna go down that route, if you're gonna get into if you're buying modern books, you can buy modern books from anybody. But if once you hit a certain type of book, it's probably best to find someone that's more familiar with it, and then ask them, "Hey, what do you recommend?" Right? Like Golden Age Guru, right, on Instagram. I would actually hit him up and be like, "Hey, man, what dealers do you feel comfortable recommending?" And I'm sure he'll give you a list of people. So looking for references sometimes is best.
I think it's a learning curve, because if you go to Golden Age Guru or any of these people, they had to have learned. It's just not gonna come to you. and like Michael and maybe I forgot who else you go collect. I mean, what was it? Mike, you use Michael?
My comic shop
Yeah,
and
Mike. I think you and Champ said it that they give you the page count
yeah,
because usually it's like silver is like 16 unless you're
yeah,
like dealing with like a thicker giant sized book or what the case. But in Golden
Yep.
Age, I haven't really messed with. I probably have one, but it's like page counts and all that. You just got to really look them up. And I mean, those books were not like silver. Like you can know the same dimensions, but I mean, that's a totally different animal for Golden Age.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, it was. I mean, I'm finding it harder and harder to even come across EC horror books. Um, like it's rare, and that's why when I saw the ones that he had, I got excited, and I think that was the thing that probably hurt me the most was, I got so excited and looked at the book that I overlooked it, obviously. And like I said, I take 100% responsibility. I should have caught it. And, in all honesty, he didn't have to give me my money back, which I get.
No,
I,
hell
I
yeah, he did.
100%.
What's wrong with you?
Well,
hey,
I'm
hey,
talking
man.
about, like, I mean, he could have said, well, I don't know anything about that. So I will say that I give him, that for giving me my money back.
Yeah.
But honestly, deep down, I think he did. He was the one that did it.
So this is something I recommend
Yeah,
everybody
Put it on
invest in.
you.
Look, man, it's only $12, right? Go to Amazon and buy one of these,
wow.
right? And take it with you. And you could be that weirdo at the shows that pulls out a magnifying glass, right? And goes like this. Let me take a look at your book for you. All right. Because
He
I've
ain't
done that.
lying.
And I'm not doing it to be a jerk. I'm doing it because I like my money.
Yeah, it's real
Right?
money,
My
man.
investments
Yeah.
are important to
Yeah.
me. And a lot of dealers get excited. They're like, "Oh, snap, that's cool. I need to get one too." I'm like, "Yeah, it's only $12, brother. You know."
yeah. Rafal's
Those
made
are
a good
great.
point too. He says, "Or get it with the blue label slabbed already." So
Yeah, but there's something
Yeah.
to be said about finding it raw and like going
Yeah,
through
and
that
I
journey,
agree.
man. You know.
It's harder to. I think when it's slabbed, it's cool. Don't get me wrong, but for older books, I want to look through it.
it's like that
I think
one.
because you don't come across them.
I don't know if you've seen that one that they had at Washington where they had that Batman. What was it, 12 or 24 or something like that?
Which one?
Mm-mm. I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, it was like a golden age. Me and Carlos were looking at it. I mean, it was barely hanging on for dear life. But I mean, like the page counts and all. I mean, they're a reputable
Yeah.
business. Don't get me wrong. They're not gonna
Right.
be like you're not. That they'll upfront tell you. But I mean, shit, man.
Oh,
Just going through those golden age books, man. I'm surprised
any
some
one
of
of you
them aren't
guys,
been less
because I know several of you guys are in Texas. Are you guys going to the Heritage auction?
On Dallas.
in
Uh-huh.
Dallas. Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
That's
it's
out of my price range. That's
Yeah,
it's
that's
that Saturday.
that's another level. That's
Yeah.
another level right there.
that's
Yeah, just
that's
to be around or whatever. I have some friends that are going over there.
that's some
Yeah,
big
it's gonna be
wigs over there.
it's gonna be pretty dope. I'm actually flying in back from work. I'm flying into Dallas Friday at some point, but going on to Mississippi because I'm gonna be gone all next week. So I wanted to go to it. I know some other people in YouTube land that are going out there too.
So you're
Mhm.
saying that they're gonna go over there just sit and see the books and interactions and all that?
No, it's the
No.
Collectors Summit. Yeah. So
Oh, it's
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
collectors. Gotcha.
Three
Oh,
other
is that
guys
what
that
it's
are
called?
so there's four guys going.
Huh?
Three of them are dealers, and they're there to shop. The other guy is just a first timer, and just for the experience.
yeah,
Because I know
big cool stuff. You know.
sorry. I know that Chino and Manny. I went up there with them to Dallas, and we went to Heritage, I think, and they picked up a couple of lots that they won, and yeah, they just went in there, paid, and took. I didn't know they did a collector thing or whatever.
Yeah.
That's crazy. The if you go on to what is it? That Golden. So Golden does comic book auctions every Thursday, every week, and they usually have probably 100 lots every week. But a lot of people don't know about that, and I've done some. Champ, I showed you what I got before on there. Stills. The only thing that, you know, the only thing they charge like their fees. That's probably the one thing of the fees.
Oh,
But other than
the
that,
buyer
like,
pays the fees.
yeah, the premium,
Mm,
the buyer's premium, yeah.
right.
But I mean, other than that though, like I've gotten some really good deals on that, super cheap. So if y'all ever go to Golden, look every Thursday. I mean, it starts Thursday, and as soon as that auction ends, they put the next one up for the following Thursday. So I mean,
Yeah.
you can find some really good deals on there.
Yeah. You know, a lot of times I'm so selfish. I don't tell people just because I don't want the competition.
Yep. I
I'll be
know.
honest with you, man. I'm like, I'll keep that to myself.
Yep.
All
But
right, well, y'all forget
it's
what I
not
said.
fair. It's good to tell people about it, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
That's cool, man.
that's cool. I mean, that's true too. But I don't know. It's yeah, I've gotten some stuff on there. But so when y'all go to shows, I guess the main thing, do y'all walk the floor first, or if y'all see a booth that has something that catches your eye, do you have to get it right there because of either the deal or just maybe you have never seen that book before and you don't want to take the chance of missing out again or missing it?
Depends on the kind of book, right? I mean, if you're talking about
Yeah.
like some golden age stuff, the problem with pricing it is because it never goes up for sale, right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so I give you an example of this. I had a Mystic Comic 6. So Mystic Comic 6 is the first Stan Lee superhero story written.
Mm.
It is the only cover that Alex Schomburg, a name you'll hear often in the golden age conversation, and Jack Kirby drew and inked together. And so it's the first appearance of the Destroyer, which was a Stan Lee creation. And it has a neat story on the back because it's the original Young Allies #1 cover. So they changed Young Allies #1's cover when it actually came out, because if you look at the cover that's on the back of Mystic 6, it shows Bucky and Toro fighting against Stalin. The problem was Stalin became our ally in World War II, and we couldn't be seen hitting our allies. So they changed the cover before it came to print. So, but the original cover is actually on the back of Mystic Comics #6. But that's not a comic that comes up that often. And I bought a copy of it.
Oh wow.
And I sold a copy of it. And it's one of those. It's not like I can buy a Hulk 181 anytime, as long as the money not being a thing, right? I mean,
Right. Yeah.
You can buy a Hulk 181 anytime you want.
Correct.
Those kind of books
That's
don't come up. Like, you might not see them again. So to answer your question, if it's that kind of book, or if it's a book like, okay, yeah, that's the thrill of the week, type deal.
Yeah, thrill of the week.
If it's just that, I'm gonna walk the floor and make sure I'm getting a deal before, or what kind of deals.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, so from my experience this year, I could tell you that if you have a friend or if you know a dealer that's going to be at whatever show you're talking about, ask them if you can help them set up, right? Earn your way
Michael.
in, right? Yeah. Earn your way in. I help my friends set up. They and I told them, yo, we're gonna hustle and get this thing ready, because after that we're walking the floor before the show starts. So before the
That's
show
smart.
starts, a lot of deals happen.
Mm-hmm.
So
No, but
before
Michael, you were a witness.
Yeah.
well, there you go. So before anybody walks in, you can already have a stack of books already. Because here's what I found: dealers want to make deals before the show starts. The chances of you getting that same deal while the show is going on start to decrease, and then they'll work out deals at the very end of the show, because they don't want to carry none of that stuff back home. So
Michael.
before the show starts and at the very end. But I lack patience to hang out to the very end. When I get hungry, I'm out, right? So I find out, hey, who's going to be working out there, and I'll go and work out deals that way. So, but if it was in the middle of the show, dude, the chances, if it's a book that you're looking for and you haven't been able to find it, don't walk away, bro. Because I've done that mistake, and then I either forget, or when I come back, the guy's like, I already sold it.
Yeah.
And, I'm like,
or you got a guy with a wagon running over you and shit.
Hey, the good thing about that wagon is that people think you're a dealer. And so a lot of times they'll
They
Yeah.
didn't think you were a dealer. They did not think he was a dealer. People were like, "Hey, is that guy putting stuff in his wagon?" I'm like, "I'm gonna go over there and check it out."
See, look, the
He's
first
over there
time I
walking
seen
around
that-
and by the table where we're at.
See, the first time I ever saw that wagon, I'm over here.
Arthur was like,
having
"Hey, is he taking stuff from the table?" I'm like, "Nah."
Hey,
You know what? He's a
we're talking about your buddy Arthur like that.
for real, he's watching. First time I saw that wagon, I'm never gonna forget. I'm over here trying to hold a.
Oh, here we go,
TV,
Mississippi
and all of a
again.
sudden, I just see this.
Mississippi's
these
heard this
feet
story.
Walking. I just see these feet walking, and all of a sudden I just hear. And I'm
Oh,
just like,
it's also noisy.
and I'm just like,
Man, you
what
ought
in
to
the
see it,
world?
man.
I turn back and I just see him, and all of a sudden I hear, all right, man, I'm heading out. Good seeing you.
Mississippi probably heard this story 100 times already.
Hey,
I'm
go
never
ahead.
gonna forget that.
Hey, swing that camera around so we can see Strictly's TV that's still in your house.
Oh, God.
I would have got it here quicker, but if you would have helped me,
Wasn't for
and
those
I said,
damn kids.
I said, thankfully, I said, man, I said, he's a champ. He brought a wagon to help me drag this thing in. I
I've
said,
been to a
man,
lot of shows. I've never seen no dude with a wagon. Everybody's like, "Hey, you seen Southern Comedy?" I'm like, "Who the hell's that?" Mississippi. Oh, I ain't seen him yet. And then I get reports. Oh, yeah, man, there's a crazy guy in here with a wagon.
I like how he's like, I'm getting reports about this.
Yeah,
he's like,
reports.
here he comes over there by me and Arthur with a wagon. I'm like, and I had to go around the table just to see this thing, man. I'm like,
Hey,
look at
Collector,
him.
you see what's up now?
Still waiting on the refund from Sam's Club.
oh.
Hey, man, Strictly, Paul, how did you find me?
Huh?
How did you find me?
Oh, me and Strictly go into the break room. Me and Strictly go in the break room. And I knew it wouldn't work unless I had Strictly behind me. Because I was like, he would look at me like yeah, okay. But Strictly was behind me. And Strictly was like, "Hey, man, don't mess with him like that." I'm like, "Hold on, man." I said, "Hey, man, he's over there with this hot dog, all happy, and a little drink, and he's all happy. Look like he's finally getting food, finally." And I said, "Hey, man, you need to put that down. We got more stuff to do, man." He just looks at me, looks at the hot dog, looks at me, looks at Strictly, looks at the hot dog, and then like screw you. I mean, he didn't even say like I'm not doing anything. So he just started eating the hot dog. He didn't care.
Paul was walking around and he sees me dragging about 7 cases of water. And Paul looks at me and says, "What are you doing?" I said, "I have to go fill these waters." He's like, "Oh, okay." And then just walks up. He just said, "Okay."
He didn't say that he needed help or anything. He just said, I just asked him what he was doing. He said, "Oh, I'm doing it." I was like, "All right."
Hey, Paul,
Well,
what's
hey,
that
look,
Transformers
we know
behind you, bro?
We know who
What?
Strictly really likes though, because
Hey,
you think about it. Who did Strictly put the worst person at that show with?
You know what? I hate that guy, but what he did to Mississippi was the funniest thing ever. Mississippi comes over there. He's pretty smart. He got that print that
See, he ain't even a Transformers fan. He don't even know who it is.
Yeah, it was Devastator. He was the voice of Devastator. Don't try that with me. So anyway, Mississippi comes over there. He like tells Mr. Arthur. Mr. Arthur's like wants him to sign it. He goes, "What color would you like?" And Mississippi's like, "Whatever.
Yeah,
Whatever color you want." And he's like, "What's the matter, son? You don't know your colors?" Man, I fell off the chair. I was like, "Yeah, he's from Mississippi. You don't know his colors."
no. See, what else was with Arthur? So I'd been standing there because Arthur's going back and forth with future Batman about where his boxes are at. He was having a literal cow about.
Oh
where
yeah,
his
but
boxes were.
that was Strictly's fault because Strictly did not inform him where his boxes were.
And so yeah, he grabbed Strictly and he's like, "I need my boxes. I need my box." So I'm standing there waiting for this guy to sign my deal. And he goes, "Did you look at the prints?" I said, "Yes, sir. I've been standing here." He said, "You ain't even looked at those prints." He was so busy trying to sell me prints. And I said, "Sir, I've been standing here for an hour. I've had plenty of time to look at them prints." That's when he did the little thing that Paul remembers about.
Man, I was like, man, that made my day. I was like, yeah. And Mississippi's just like,
Paul's still pen pals with him. Paul writes him letters.
hell no. I was like, man, get the hell out of here. He told one guy he had brought him something, a little, I forgot what it was. He told him sign here. Dude signs, and then he gives him a pen. He throws the pen, grabs another pen, signs it, and gives it back to him. And the guy says, "Thank you." I'm like, "Damn, he said right here. He signed over here. He was doing crazy shit."
But Arthur liked Jen though. He was wanting to know where he was at, and then he was believing Jen.
Yeah, because that was his ride at the end of the day. They wanted to smoke cigars at the end of the day.
Cigars.
The cleaning people hit him, yo. Yeah, they put him in it. So he had his banner. So the one dude, oh man, this shit was crazy. The guy asked him, "Hey, you know, what did you do? Your body of work?" And I'm over here pointing at the banner. And the guy, and he just looked at the guy. He goes, "You don't know what I've done, my career?" And he's like, "No." And I'm pointing. There's a big ass banner right here where all his characters are. So anyway, he goes, "If you don't know what I have done, you don't deserve a signature. Now fuck off." I'm like, "Golly,
All right.
Hey, at least he didn't do like Rob Burgundy and say, "Well, kind of a big deal."
Then he warned us. And then he warned us. Or actually, I'll tell you before that, Strictly was like, "Yeah, this guy, he's just a little bit, you know, he's just a little bit difficult." You know,
just, a drama queen.
Yeah, he didn't tell me that. He left all that shit out because he knew I would have said, "Hell no." I would have told him, "Hell no." But he said, "He's just a little difficult, but I know you, Paul and Jen. Y'all would get, man, he's the first thing he tells us, don't call me a voice actor." I'm like, God, what the fuck? I told him I skipped school to watch G.I. Joe and Transformers. You should value your education and all this other crap. I'm like, what the?
Yeah. I'm a wild single man. What are you talking about?
First thing we do, well, he was scheduled to go in on Saturday. First thing he wanted to go on Friday, set up all the shit. Cool. First guy there says, "You're a great man, Mr. Arthur. You're the greatest voice actor ever." Done. I come back. I'm hearing this dude yelling at this guy. I'm like, oh Lord, this is gonna be a long weekend for me. Long week.
Hey, Paul, are you going to go to the Fan Expo New Orleans and get Peter Cullen to sign your? Didn't you get that big print Andrew Wildman did, like I did?
No, I didn't get that. I'm gonna get him to sign it. So y'all don't know, this is the original VHS right here. This is called VHS before y'all time.
The reason why Blockbuster's not in business.
Get him to sign this. I got a couple of
people like Paul. Don't return them.
Be kind to one, Paul.
I just want him to say a few lines for me, like I want him to say a few lines for me, like I got Greg Berger to say for me. Man, me and Paul camping out in New Orleans. Man, y'all don't say that, Strictly. Why did Strictly?
Same sleeping bag.
Definitely.
But remember, Strictly, if you go to share a hotel with Paul, and can anybody tell me what this is from? That's not a pillow.
It's planes, trains, and automobiles.
There you go.
Hey, but Strictly, if you do go with Paul, leave him at the red light district.
Oh, no.
Hey, in New Orleans, Paul gonna be out on Bourbon Street.
Bourbon Street.
Yeah, I've been out there before. Many times.
I went there. Yeah. I went there one time, and it was strip club. I
think
I was over there. I was like,
the place is grimy, man.
Me and Strictly were talking about going. I think what was he at Vegas last time? Peter Cullen was at Vegas.
He wasn't at TFCon. I thought he was in TFCon in Orlando, but he wasn't.
I think he was in Vegas or California, one of them two. I saw that he was there, and then I had told Strictly about it, but then they released who's going to be out here in what was it, Fan Expo New Orleans, and I was I sent that post to Comic Palooza. I'm like, take notes. What the fuck? Mm-hmm. y'all got these weirdos coming over here. Why don't you just get some good people over here? So I sent them that, but yeah, Strictly has been saying that we were going to go in January, right? It's every January.
Yeah,
Strictly saying
Yeah.
from experience, just don't go all the way to the back of Bourbon Street where they lights turn off.
The lights turn off. I
He
will
said
say
from
that
experience.
New Orleans,
He's
you
like,
can
but
just
if
walk
you go
around
back
with
there-
open. In New Orleans, you can walk around with an open container. They don't tell you nothing
Nope. Yeah, yeah.
Hold
you
on,
can-
he said.
unless you get
said-
like.
P.S. If you go back there, tell them Strictly sent you.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Whoa.
oh.
So I was in New Orleans at a business meeting, and my boss.
Sure.
Oh.
I didn't do like that. So my boss was leaving out, and he was flying out the next day. He's like, "Okay, you go to the meeting tomorrow without me, or whatever." He said, "All right, see you later." So, it just kind of did the the bro hug type deal. And there's this girl that was standing behind him, so she was facing me, and she had a lollipop. And so she was sitting there looking at, I hugged, looked up over her shoulder, and she had to, and she goes, and she said, "I really like your tie." And he says, because his head's right there by my ear. He says, "What did she just say?" I said, "I don't think I need to stay out here."
Please tell me you didn't wear that get up that you wore that day at the dinner.
See, Paul's just jealous.
Man.
Paul needs to learn.
I didn't even show up to that.
Exactly.
I was getting the damn
He was slacking.
banner from way over there. I wasn't gonna make it.
Slacking.
Man, see that? If you would have showed up, Paul, you could have got 09 Camaro like
I would
me.
have been like, "Who's this used car salesman at?"
Southern did my taxes, sold me a minivan.
Collector
all.
calls me. He goes, "Man," Collector said, "Man, Mississippi outdressed me, man."
I come from.
I
work
said,
that
"Really?"
day.
I said, "Really?" And I see the picture. I'm like, "Oh hell, what?"
I had a jacket and I had like a button up, and I saw him and I was just like, put me in shame quick.
Weapon said, "What was the Grail?" It should be behind you, Collector, on the stand.
Well, that's I'll show it off. One more. I'll show both off. So first one was in issue 2.
Make yourself bigger.
Oh yeah.
That's what she said.
I can't get any bigger than this, hopefully.
She said,
But-
"That's all I'm worth, a 9-fold."
Well, Paul, you don't want a 4 or 9, so let's not do that. But
She wants the
Ultimate
full
Comics
10.
Spider-Man 2.
She wants the 9-8, baby.
She wants the full 10.
Hold on, acetate.
The one that don't exist.
Ooh.
Got this in the mail. I have a copy already, but this is a newsstand. Third Miles and first Genki, which is his best friend. So huge bump upgrade from the one I had, which was actually the lowest copy I had out of all my Miles newsstands. But the main one that came in the mail is issue 5, which is when he gets his red and black suit, and he also becomes Spider-Man.
Weapon said you got that in a 9-8.
He got a 9.8. I don't know about that, but a newsstand. So this completes all my Miles keys. So yeah. So this was
Didn't you
what
say
I
you
got
had like
in the mail.
some minor ones or?
Well, no, I got some other ones from the run, but I need to.
So that whole Ultimate Spider-Man run is done.
No. I got to pick up all the regular, fillers.
So that's the keys are done.
Yeah, these are just all the keys for Miles,
Oh.
all the major ones. So got that completed. I'm excited about that. But yeah, that's what I picked up, and the guys showed stuff as well. But well, I don't think everyone answered too about that question I asked earlier.
Yeah,
about
I wanted to get back on that. I'll answer.
Yeah, go ahead, Michael.
I've been going to shows since the 80s, so I've done the walking around thing and go and looking for the guys with the deals, dollar books and stuff like that. It was different back then than what it is now, because I remember picking up a lot of Frank Miller Daredevils for $1. I think it might have been even 50 cents. I got the Death of Elektra for $1. It was just different times back then, because back then they had so much stock and so many back issues of the same issue that they were just selling for $1. And it was 75-cent cover price anyway, so they were making something. It wasn't like they weren't making money. But nowadays, I don't walk the floor as much anymore. I don't look, because I'm lucky, and I'm very fortunate that where I live, there's at least 6 LCSs I can go to at any given day, and a lot of them have sales pretty regularly. And I pick up a lot of stuff on those stores versus the Comic Cons. And even with 7, that's just in my immediate area. I can go out and there's probably 3 more. And someone's got a sale coming up sometime within the year. So a lot of times and I'm not making fun of Paul or Mr. Collector or anybody else, but they also have sales during a con and one of the big cons. So they'll go to those cons, and I'll go to the LCS when they have the sale, and I buy up stuff that they don't take, which, a lot of times it's not nobody's fault. I've gotten books that I've never seen before, or a Spider-Woman, the negative cover, never seen in the raw. It was in pretty good condition. It was not a 9.8, but for the price, because like I said, it was on sale, I got it. Never seen that at a con, or if you do, it's always slab with the increased price. And then there's some cons where it's known, well, all the books are at con prices because the tables are so expensive.
Right.
So that's another reason why I don't do it as much, but that's my reason. And that's answering like your questions. That, like I said, I'm fortunate that there's at least 6 that I can go to. Like I said, they pretty much have sales 2-3 times a year or more.
Well, the other thing with going to cons these days, there's less and less dealers there. And so
now this year, yes.
And so, and it's because the tables are so expensive. So I get it. But like you, like if I go to Dallas, was it Lone Star? What's the name of the big comic shop there? Right up from where CBCS used to be.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Lone Star. That's what you're talking about.
But anyway, I mean I usually go there, and they don't go to the con, but they know people are in for the con, so they're having the deals in, right?
That makes sense. Yep. What about you, Paul?
The way, I mean, I agree with Michael, because sometimes I don't even go to shows. Like, the only reason why I went to Bedrock Con was, meet y'all up there. I think Dortbuzz was there, and then a few of the guys that were there go. So I went when they were closing, and Champ made a good point. I got some good deals from Dortbuzz and whatnot. But you go to shows, you get that connection with the vendors. Mm-hmm. Me and Collector know his brother. He's over there at Clutch, and we go to him. I go to him. Like, if I go to a show and I know certain people, I'll hit their booth first, see what they got, whatever, talk, or the brothers. I go over there, talk to them. They'll tell me about the shitty trade they got with a certain person, Collector. And but yeah, you get and then Dortbuzz, like when Michael was over there helping me with the boxes, got a few deals with them guys, good people. And then you walk around the con, because if I don't know too many people, I'll just go and walk it and see what books, and like Mississippi had said, and that's a good point. I've passed on some books and I'm like, man, and I'll find it worse than what I saw it. I go back, gone. So like what Mississippi was saying, if you see it and you think it's a good price, good grade, I mean, grab it, because like you'll get that second, like, I'll probably find it, and you go around the whole show, you're like, oh, okay, I'll come back to this guy. Gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's happened with me in a couple of books I was looking for, and yeah, just if I don't know people, I'll walk around. If I do, I'll go to their booth, see what new books they've gotten, or maybe stuff I probably didn't get last time. So I spend my budget. I'll just go over there and see what they have, and get it done, and then walk around and see what else I can find.
So what I will say too is kind of piggyback on what you are saying. Yeah, we're lucky we have as many shops as we do here. Which I mean, they of course they're constantly buying books, and you can find stuff for killer prices. But the thing also I like about going to shows, especially the local ones, is that you go to a show, you can meet one dealer and get a great price on books, and they'll ask you, hey, what are you looking for? You build that relationship with them, and they're out going to other shows, and if they see something like, hey, this guy's looking for this book, he's a Miles fan, newsstands, whatever, hey, I'm gonna hit him up. He gives you the price or whatever, but the more you buy from guys that you can really build that relationship with, the better deals you get. And Paul knows about that too, because me and him go to a couple of the guys over here, and we always get great deals. And it's it just gets more of a reach to buy other books or stuff that you don't see around here or by you. So I think that's a good thing. Besides going to shows, is you meet someone, build that relationship, and then they kind of do the work for you, if that makes sense. But
well, the same thing on whether it's Instagram or YouTube or wherever. A lot of these people, you start talking about things you like, people start tagging you in posts and saying, hey man, I was thinking about you when I saw that. They're keeping their eyes and ears out for it. So it's always fun to establish those kind of relationships.
Yeah.
Not this kind of relationship like Paul did with Stephanie Phillips, where you get a restraining order tabbed on you. But
I didn't get no restraining order. I know who did, but not me.
You have to watch.
Yeah, I just want to thank Weapon. Weapon was making sure that I was taken care of. He was walking with me on the bedrock floor. Thank you, Weapon. He was trying to keep me away from making sure I was good from a collector, because he was rampaging in there. But thank you, Weapon. Weapon was escorting me around. Thank you, good buddy.
Rampaging.
Listen, I don't know if y'all noticed, but Weapon used to look like
oh no, you ain't gonna do that to him.
Are you talking about? He's the one that showed the pictures. So Weapon, if y'all know who Weapon is, he has a YouTube. He obviously has an Instagram as well, but you can go look back on Carlos's or the Wednesday giveaway show, and he's showing old pictures of him. And of course, the face is the same, but everything else, this man looks like 4 weapons in one.
What?
Yeah, this dude is huge. Like,
where's the picture at? You didn't upload it to the StreamYard to show the picture?
No, he didn't send me no more pictures.
All right, and Weapon saying that you were spying on me at Bedrock?
I was spying on you.
That's what he said. He said that you were spying on me. That's why. Me.
Well, I was doing a police report at the time.
Thank you, Weapon, for looking out for me, Weapon.
And then also to go back on what Comic Book Champ and everybody else been talking about, but this one con I did get to work because I was their witness there, and just like Champ said, they were selling books also, so I got to look at them first before anybody else. So it goes back and forth that I don't buy at cons, I do buy at cons. I'm not, but then again, it's like what everybody says. If it catches your eye, it caught your eye for a reason. And this guy just had some stuff that caught my eye. And later on, Mr. Collector, he knew that what I was looking for was a Power Girl 27, the last issue. Mm-hmm. He took me to the guy that had one, and he gave me a good deal.
He gave you the wink?
Yeah, gave me the thumbs up and everything. The high five, the secret backroom handshake, everything.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh, because I was like, I said, hold on. I said, Michael. And we go over there. I said, hey, hook my boy up right here, man.
Yeah. It's not a
Talking
book. It's not a book that you see every day. Period.
about the
But
thumbs
yeah.
up.
It just goes back and forth to what everybody says. But I mean, I'm not discouraging anybody from going to cons and buying it. It's just that a store had a big sale, and they have a chain. And while there was a con, I didn't feel like I wanted to go to that one con, so I went to the sale. I bought a bunch of stuff, and there I got good prices. And then at cons, you get good prices too sometimes. But Dallas, I mean, there are some cons that are known that they're con prices.
Well, I
No,
mean,
yeah.
like, I guess you go like to the bigger shows. I could see that because the bigger shows got more. But I think like collector example, he went to Dallas Fan Expo and was happy as hell because he got the Miles signature. He was all happy. I think the guy said he's no longer able to be like 50 feet from
There
him
it
and all
is.
that. Yep. And he took a
Champ.
picture with him, but that was his day. You know, like I've sat with Arthur, and you just don't know how many people were so happy getting a signature from this guy. And that's what a lot of cons bring. Like you go to, I don't really think a lot of people go to the big cons. Well, yeah, they probably do to go with the dealers, but I think a majority of them go to see that person that they've been wanting. Like I wouldn't think about shopping at Fan Expo New Orleans, but I probably would check out the booth, see how the prices are. But my whole majority going there would just be Peter Cullen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why I would be going there. Not really to like per se. I agree with Michael. Like sometimes I'll be like, oh, this show, man, whatever. If I didn't get a media pass to Compalooza, I wouldn't have gone. I'd just say that I'm not paying $100 to park and prices to go in there. I'd rather go to like a shop or something and just spend that money I would be spending just to park. If they had like worthy people for me to go see.
No.
That
Sometimes
is
the best shows are the littlest shows.
Yeah, like me and Collector
Yes.
go to Collector
Yeah.
Showcase, and that's a really good show. Nothing but
Oh,
vendors
man, I
in
love
there.
that show, man.
You know, they
Yeah, I like
a
going
lot
to
of-
the local cons here. The
Oh.
smaller local ones, they're the best because it's always the same dealers. It's the same dealer from last year. The
Yeah,
year
but
before
it's
that.
illegal in Florida, right? Or
You already
something?
know them and say, "What's up?" Whatever, right? It's a good time. What I like these cons that you have to pay lots of money to get in.
You talking about
Already-
like MegaCon or
Like MegaCon, they're already
Yeah.
digging in your pocket before you walk in.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's less money you're going to be able to spend while you're in there. So the thought process really isn't there. And then the dealers, they want to pass on the expenses for them to make money onto you. So I have a love-hate relationship when it comes to dealers, because that's what you chose to do. If the book is selling for $100, I don't see why I need to give you $200. I'm not going to advocate for you, right? I'm going to advocate for me. So then you got to have those uncomfortable conversations because sometimes they make it weird. You know, it's like, hey, buddy, can we get closer to what the GPA is on this book, right? Well, what's GPA? Now, here's one thing I like doing, right? So I went to a small local con here about maybe three to 4 months ago, and I was like, I'm gonna find me a 181, like Southern said, you find them anywhere. So I was like, oh look, there's one over there, so I'm gonna go buy it. So I go up to the guy and I'm like, I look at the price and I'm like, whoa, he's about $600 over. So I said to him, hey, can you go closer to GPA? And he's like, it is GPA. And I said, oh, okay. All right, cool. Hey, thanks, bye. I just left. So he didn't realize that the guy across from him are friends of mine. So I start hanging out with them over there. And eventually he comes by and he goes, hey, I just looked at GPA. You're right. It's lower. But I can't sell it for that because then I lose money. And I said, no, I understand. I said, I just wanted to know if we can get to what it's going for. And he's like, well, can you do this? And I said, well, no, I can't. I said, there's no reason for me to give you more money than what it's worth. I said, it just doesn't make sense. You get that, right? And so we had to have this conversation about GPA. So here's what I learned. When I walk up to someone and I tell them, hey, you want to do GPA on the book? Now, I'll let you choose. Are we doing 30 days, 90 days, last sale, I'll let you choose before we look it up together. It might work out for you, it might work out for me. But we're not doing this whatever's best for you, right?
Mhm.
So pick whatever you want. 90 days, well, let's go 90 days. Sometimes it works for them, sometimes it doesn't, right? But it puts the responsibility back out on them. And they hate that shit. You know, they're like they get frustrated. I'm like, yo, you mad about making money. Like, I don't understand what you're doing here then. Like,
Yeah, and at the same time, I mean, I'm not going to bother somebody trying to hackle with them if I don't have full plans and intentions. If I get the right deal to buy it, right? I'm not just
yeah.
out there, just, okay, I got the money. If we can make the deal, it's done. But I've been noticing that since the price has been going down, I've been still going to cons, and the prices in books ain't been going down.
Yeah, they're still on COVID prices because
And
they
yeah,
bought the
and
books during COVID and then want you to pay
Well,
for COVID price.
Well, and like what you were saying, that guy told you, I can't lose money. I fully understand that. And that's perfectly okay. But I also don't have to buy your book. You can go sell it to somebody else. So yeah, it's just they are kind of in a quandary, because if they bought these books at the high prices of COVID, now
But
they're
a lot of people did. I bought a book during COVID. I bought a giant size X-Men 3.5. And it's not the prettiest looking one either. It has a tear on the front cover. It's what I like to consider my worst purchase during COVID. That is the one book. It's still over there. If I sell it now, I'll be losing about $600, maybe more, because that book is always
half.
doing this.
It's half of what it was then.
It's a trap right now. And that's what we call over here. We call that the price of education. It's over there in that box. I know exactly where it is, tucked way in the back, so I don't have to see it. I hate that book. Yeah, it's my failure. But I'm not going to walk up to Mr. Collector and be like, "Yo, give me exactly what I pay for it." I mean, sometimes you got to take a hit, right? But I get where they're coming from. I have a job, right? I don't sell comics for a living. They might. So for them, it's their bread and butter. So I get that, but there's got to be some level of understanding. I don't know. So that's the part where I have struggles with dealers. That's why I like I'll meet a dealer, I'll work with them, and we make enough transactions where the it's always right. They feel comfortable about the sales price. I feel good about my purchase price, and we're all good. And then we just continue to do it that way. So I really buy books from like the same 4 to 5 people all the time, unless they're like if I just feel like digging through boxes, I'll go do that on my own. But
Yeah.
I never
Meeting
seen
dealers is
that.
important.
I'm the same thing with over here at the local show, which we have one in a couple of weeks, I think, Paul, right? Like 2 weeks?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and
collector.
Paul-
Yeah, so that was pretty funny right there, because collector calls me. He goes, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna talk. I already talked to Clutch. I'm about to go see some of his new inventory." I said, "All right, cool. All right." So he didn't know that he had put on his Instagram that some dude, like Champ was saying, does tattoos, but he also has a little comic book thing. So they had tattoo shop before the tattoo shop opened. They had the comic book. They had just a few vendors at the comic thing. And I went over there and I was talking to Clutch. I said, "Hey man, where's Collector at?" He goes, "I don't know where he's at." He said, he goes, "Oh yeah, he's supposed to see me tomorrow." I said, "Yeah, but I'm here today." And I called Collector, and Collector's like, what do you want? I'm over here at the card show. And I said, "Hey man, I'm over here with the Clutch, and I'm over here buying up the new inventory of books." And he's like, "No, you're not. You're lying." And I put Clutch on. Clutch said, "Hey brother," and he goes, "Oh man," he goes, "Don't worry. Tomorrow I have another inventory over there for collector showcase." But I just thought that was funny, because he's always the one telling me when the shows are. He's over there at the card show. Where are you at, in Conroe or something? Conroe?
I was no hobby.
Yeah, hobby. Oh, okay, yeah. Card show.
Yeah,
He-
it was,
That was.
He was at Carlos's class. That's where he was at.
He was trying to learn.
he was taking I don't want to take you off.
He called me on the phone and was like, "Hey man, are you coming up here to the Carlos class?" I said, "What the hell what am I gonna learn in there?" He goes, man, there's people in here. I'm like, you're lying. Come on up here, man. Come on up here and support. Come on and support Carlos. I said, man, I ain't gonna learn nothing in there. I
Is
come
that a
up in
real
there,
thing? I
I'm
thought
like,
you guys were joking.
Nah,
Yeah.
dude. It was so we
Dude,
go
we-
over there. I'll go on.
I walk in and collectors all like waving at me at the back of the class, like, and I'm sitting there like, what the hell are all these people in here? Am I in the right room? Carlos is all happy and he's all passing out.
Oh, he's passing out papers and everything.
He's all
Oh no,
passing
he
out
was
stuff.
passing out the
And
the
he was
stickers.
like, yeah, if you see those two in the back, they're all part of Carlos. They're on the giveaway show. Watch out with those two in the back. Like, God, I'm like,
Yeah, we both went.
yeah,
It was like what? Oh man, but Carlos ended up doing a 4-hour seminar over there.
and then he
Whoa.
told us later on that that Comic Palooza wants him back next year because the class was such a success. And I was like,
What was the class about? I'm sorry.
about
this is
comic
new
book
to me.
collecting
Oh,
for
Like
beginners.
101 thing.
Yeah.
Hey,
He was-
guys, I'm fixing to have to go, but we were talking about earlier recent pickups. And so I recently went on Rob Liefeld's Whatnot show. And if you've never been on Rob Liefeld's Whatnot show, it is it's quite humorous. It's high octane as it is with anything that he does. So with Whatnot, you can actually snip it like what you win, like keep it for whatever reason, like to make sure they send you the same thing, whatever like that. So I actually snip it when I won this. I sent it to Collector, but then I got to thinking he's not Paul, so he don't know how to do all that stuff.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to upload it in
Yeah.
the StreamYard and all that. Yeah.
Right there, you can see it through the light. Okay.
Damn, Rob Liefeld, take it easy. Oh man,
Damn.
Blood Strike.
Southern Comic Geek is a first timer. If I'm not correct, he's landing the plane. 4, 3, 2,
Landing the plane.
1. To our friend. This. Oh, I guess Southern Comic Geek has bought before. No yellow label. Hey, congratulations, Southern Comic Geek. You have a good time. And we are so happy that you got it. If you're there, Southern Comic Geek. Okay. Let me sign language to you. Thank you very much.
Damn.
Damn.
That's cool, dude.
I like this guy already.
This guy is
That's
like
cool, dude.
he does these podcasts, Robservations. If you ever want to listen to him, he's super knowledgeable, and I love his like enthusiasm about the comic book industry. Still, after all these years, he was talking about in New York Comic Con hunting down a Hulk 181. He wanted a higher grade one, and like doing all that, as opposed to he's just this guy trying to draw to make money. He loves collecting the books and the art still. So, but hey, appreciate you guys and Gal for having me on here tonight. It's been a real thrill to be on Mr. Collector's YouTube channel. If you haven't already, smash that like button and the subscribe button. Do not hold it against him that Paul was on this channel tonight.
Hey, watch
Think
it.
about
Watch it.
all the other.
Hey, Southern, that was Strife with Cable Reflection, right?
Uh-huh. It was one of his Inktober or Robtober stuff that he was doing.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so if don't hold it against Collector, everybody's got to start somewhere, and think about the other people we had on the channel, okay?
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
You
There you
ain't, you
go.
ain't lying. This is the
But
bottom of the barrel.
yeah, congratulations on picking up those newsstands, and
I think
and
we
at
have
this,
like one viewer.
at this rate, you'll pick up the rest of them for too much longer. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you tell him,
appreciate
Liz.
you coming
That's
on
his
Southern.
motto, Liz.
Hey, make sure to follow Southern, guys. He has great content. Amazing collection, original artwork. So definitely give him a follow, guys. Not on just YouTube, but on Instagram too.
See you, folks.
All right, man. You have a good
Bye,
one, man.
buddy.
Thanks again.
Adios.
Salute with the other hand.
So, Champ, it wasn't a total waste at that show, the Beaumont one. So, and Michael knows too. So when I went over there, that that same day, those weren't the only two books I picked up originally. So this guy
Oh,
had
nice.
this up there, which, obviously we know what this is, but while it was on the wall, I kind of have already kind of know when you look at the UPC, like you can know if something's direct edition. It's 2, so I kind of squint my eyes and I said, "Can I see that book?" And then so the lady that was at the booth at the time, his wife, goes, "The one I can't reach?" And I'm like, "Yes, ma'am." And then she was like, and some guy went to go get it for her. And then she ends up dropping 2 more books on the shelf.
Oof.
And I just go look at them and she goes, "Oh." And she picks them up. So she was having a day. So she shows me the book and she goes, "Great. It doesn't have a price on it."
Nice.
And I'm like, "Okay. Do you know when it will get a price?" And she goes, "Well, my husband's got to come back." So I said, "Okay." And so I said, "Can I see the book?" And she was kind of like, "Well, wait till he gets back." And I said, "Yeah, that's fair." So I come back around and I see a guy sitting there with them. And then so I see the book. And there was actually another book I wanted to. So it has it there. So I finally look at the book. And as you could tell, it's a new. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I should probably just put it on real quick. It's this is a newsstand. Star Wars universe. So when I showed, he comes up to me and tells me, "You know what this book is, right?" And so I didn't want to say, "Yeah, it's Ahsoka, but it's a newsstand too." I didn't say newsstand. I just said, "Yeah, I know it in the first appearance." Like, yeah. He's like, "This isn't gonna go cheap." So I'm waiting for him to throw out, like, obviously a crazy, crazy number. And he throws a number out there, and I'm kind of like, okay. So I started thinking, no one says the word out of me and him, newsstand. No one says newsstand. No one says anything. So I started looking him up, and I'm like, I don't think he knows it's a newsstand. So we're going based on what we think the condition of the book is, and we start kind of meeting each other in the middle. So I get this book for what a direct goes for. And he, to this day, I still don't think he knew it was a newsstand because I guess he just thought, I don't think he even knew what a newsstand was because he had another newsstand. The one I was telling you, Michael?
Yeah.
What was it? ASM 316?
Ooh, I love
Was
that
it
book.
316?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he had a newsstand in that too, and he was just telling me, "Oh, this book goes for this amount of money." When I looked it up, he was quoting me a direct, like he didn't know the difference of directs or newsstands or anything. So I did walk out with something, thankfully, for this. So, with the whole, I'm becoming a newsstand junkie, especially
Right.
with the. So I mean, I got a really good deal on this, and same thing. This book I think came out like in what 08, I think. It's a note.
I don't
08, I
think it's
think.
that old.
No.
That book?
Yeah.
Shit, no, you're right.
Is it 08?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 08.
Yep.
I think that's what, Michael. I think that's like a 3%.
Yeah.
Damn.
You
Good deal, man.
you just got one. You just got one not too long ago, right? 9.8. Oh man.
I did. I got a direct edition. But I did a trade for it though. I didn't come out of pocket, so
No. Oh, there you go.
yeah.
So I know you meet up with your boys and everything on Thursday. So is that what y'all do? Y'all trade books, sell, or y'all just chill mainly?
It's like somebody might send out the text, it's like, "Hey, somebody want to bring something to trade?"
Yeah.
And the thing is, we always walk around with backpacks, and I'm pretty sure because we go to bars. That's the thing, is we go to different bars, so we're at the bars having drinks with backpacks on. I'm sure everybody's like a bunch of nerds with backpacks, but sometimes it's like a couple $1,000 laying around in backpacks in there, and I'm like, yeah, It's fun. It's a good deal. We always go to the same spot. People know us already where we go, so it's we feel comfortable. But
Yeah.
sometimes we just sit there and just talk about books, and sometimes it's like, hey, I want to trade, I want to buy, or bring this, bring that, and make it happen. But
Yeah.
I try not to spend money. What I try to do is
Mm.
trade, and we all abide by that rule. Where it's like, if we
Yeah.
could trade, let's go that route first. I don't want to make money off my friends. Um, so, because the reality is, if I buy some from them, I'm not paying GPA. I expect to pay less. The same
Yeah.
goes for me. If they want to buy something from me, they're gonna get a deal from me, right? Um, or we just do a trade. And then at that point, when we trade, is trade value, whatever the actual value of the book is.
Yeah. That's
Purchasing
good.
when they buy cash, it's discount.
Mhm.
Trade full price. So that's my rule.
What? No, that's good, man. And I think that's good. I try to trade as much as I can too, because majority of the stuff I trade, it's either something I really, really just don't want anymore, or it's a double. And I think that's the best way to do it is, and that's why I kind of buy doubles if I can. So this way I can use that as an asset to trade for something else I want. You
Mhm.
know, I gotta kind of get out of that habit too, though, of not buying, trying like example the 266. Like if I see the book for a good price, I'm gonna get it. Like I got like 7 of them. Like I'm
Yeah.
constantly just buying the book because I just like the book a lot too, and but I can also use that money that I'm buying a book for a book I don't have.
Mhm.
But that's the thing that I need to work on is stop buying the same book over and over and go for something else. And I think that's why I want to kind of go towards the whole golden age horror books, because you don't see that book just anywhere, and so it's not like I can say, okay, I just bought, I see another copy and then go buy that. I mean, what are the chances of you running into the same book at the
Right.
next show for something like that? It's hard. And that's kind of what I want to go for is go for something that's gonna hold its value, if not go up, and do like that. And I think that's the best way to do it. Is I think Golden Age is the way to go right now, because a lot of the books too,
Yeah.
even though they're hundreds, thousands of dollars, I still think there's so much more room to grow. Because
Yeah.
eventually, Silver Age will be the new Golden Age, and the rest of the steps. But I don't know. That's the way I kind of think about it now. I definitely changed the way I used to collect, like especially the last 5 years. And I think that's everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone always changes the way they collect.
You'd be surprised. So what happens is you get influenced by the people you hang out with.
Yeah,
When I
that's
first
true
started,
too.
when I started collecting, it was just me and my buddy, and we collected to read. Every single book we had, we read, and whatever. If I had 10 boxes, it was a box of Saga. It was a box of Deadly Class, Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Like it was well organized. And for me, I fell into the trap of, I was like, let me go see what people talk about on YouTube. I started following people on YouTube, and no slight on them, it's not their responsibility, but I started finding myself wanting to buy some of the books that other people were buying for no other reason other than the fact that they said that this was a hard to find book or dot dot
Yeah.
dot. And then my collection got all discombobulated. So then it was 30 boxes of books and it was random. And and at one point I actually grabbed 30 boxes and sold them. And I was like, all right,
Yeah.
tying up. And then now I just buy it. I don't have a lot of room. This is one office,
Yeah.
right? So whatever fits in here is what I have, and it has to be important. It has to be an investment. These are investments for me. Like, and think about it. Look, if you buy a $3 book, which I'm sure you used to do this, you might even still do, right? You go to the shop and you sign up and you buy $3 books. You spend about $100 a week.
Mhm.
It's $400 a month. You could buy a key with that. You could buy 4 keys, 4 minor
Yeah.
$100 keys with that.
No, you're
As
right.
long as you're reading your books, if that's what you want to do, if you're reading them and enjoying the stories, man, that's great. Do your thing. But for me, I found that I was buying books and wasn't even reading them anymore because I didn't have the time.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I'm like, so what am I doing here? So I was like, let me get rid of this and tighten up and just go after the keys, because eventually this is all we're doing is treating these books as commodities. At some point, they got to go.
Yeah.
You know, at some point in time, this Star Wars book, you know, if I need money, you know, it'll go away. That's
Yeah.
why it's a good thing to buy multiples. Like what you said, look, if you like the story and you believe in the book, buy multiples as long as they're in a good price, right? Because you can either use them for trade value later, or
Mhm.
at least you like the book enough to be proud to say, I got 30 copies of that book, whatever that book
Yeah.
may be, right? I like 316. That's my deal, man. ASM 316 is undervalued. And me and Paul had this conversation on the phone the other day. So let me ask you guys this question. If I come up to you and I go, hey, man, I have a ASM 300.98, I have a 301.98, and I have a 316.98. Which one of those three books would you buy if I said it was the same price? I'm just saying, just theoretically, they're not the same price, by the way. I'm just saying, which one would you buy?
I would do the 300 because I need another copy.
Okay. What about you?
Uh, so the only thing, and I'm pretty sure whoever's watching right now is probably gonna look at me crazy, but the way I see it is there's so many 300s out there. And when I say 300, I mean like down to the homages. Like I think that book's been homaged I don't know how many times. And I think that's why I changed the way I'm collecting too, and that's why I'm chasing newsstands because they're harder to find. Like it's not common. But you know, a book that you see, and honestly I think you said the 316 is a better cover.
It is.
I think the 316 is a better cover. And I think the only reason why I'm saying that is because every week, or at least for sure every month, there's a 300 homage. And it's just, when you see the homage, obviously you think 300, and it's just, you know, it's in your brain now to the point of where, like, you know, you see that book a lot too. Now, I will say you won't see a newsstand 9.8 all the time. Maybe not as much, and that's a different story. But you know, once I saw the 316, Michael, and I told you about it, and that's why I went back. I was going to try to get that too, and I should have got it that day, honestly. But I would say 316 right now. Like that would be the book I would go for because it's just, you know, you look at it, no one ever talks about it, and I think, like you said, that's an undervalued book, and I
Undervalued.
think that covers way better. Covers way better, in my opinion.
What about you, Paul? I don't think it's paying attention.
Yeah, I'm paying attention. I just wasn't. So like he said, me and him talked about it, and I already had. Well, he told me, would I get a 9.8 300 or a 9.8 301? That was our discussion, and I didn't know that when I talked to him, but I just was like, well, 300's what everybody goes for. I mean, from what I've seen selling it and buying it, you have the 300 club, you have guys always saying, I want to get the 300. 300 is what people go after. But, you know, 301's a slept on book. And when he told me about it, I was like, damn, I didn't know a 9.8. There was very little 9.8s because I didn't even think about it because he goes, look at the scenario. That's the number one highest graded book is a 300.
So
301s.
Yeah, it's going back to what Collector was saying. You can go to any show and you're gonna find at least one 300, guaranteed, right? They're all over the
Yeah.
place. It's if you like the book, buy the book. I get it. Collect whatever you like. If you're going to invest, I would actually say 301 is the better book. There's less 9.8s in the census. It's a harder book to get in a 9.8. If I bring my 301 and you have your 300, and you and I walk into a con together, I'm more likely to get more from my book than you will, just because it's that rarity, right? So if you're changing the way you're collecting, right, and you're investing into these books, and you know, invest wisely. So like everybody wants a 300, I get that. Everybody wants a Hulk 181, I get that too. Everybody wants a FF 48, 49, 50, right? When I started getting all like, you know, like, oh, I want to get one of those books too, I was like, you know, I should probably read the storylines again, just to get familiar with it again, right? And honestly, if you read Hulk 181, if you read it back then, I'm sure you still have that feeling, you know, where you love it. But if you've never read it and you read it today, it's hokey. It's cheesy. It's not a good story, dude. I don't, look, I'm probably going to get roasted for saying that, but it doesn't resonate with me. When I read Hulk 181, I was like, this book is basura, bro.
No,
But I ended up buying both.
Hey, man, all I gotta say is I don't believe what this guy's saying. So
because you're right. Because I did that before. I recently read a recent book, and I was like, dude, this book is just trash. And it's a modern book, and it's like it's weird because they want adults to buy it, but it's written like for a 5-year-old. I'm just looking at it like this guy is the top selling writer at the time. And I just looked at it like, dude, I wish I had never read it because it was just straight up garbage.
So it changes your perspective on the investment. That's what it does. Yeah. But it's okay. Like my buddy was saying, right? He goes, he was like, he's really big on the Blue Marvel, right? So he's like, read the book first. If you read the book and you like the story, you're gonna feel that much better about the investment, about buying the book, because it's not a cheap book. It's a hard to find book and it costs a lot of money. So when he was saying that, you know, going back to what you were saying about Carlos doing his 4-hour seminar, that's probably one of the first things that I would tell somebody who's trying to get into comic books is read the stories, man. Read it first. You know, don't follow what the other guy was doing just because, you know, he's been doing it longer than you have. Read the stories, make sure you like it, and you're gonna feel better about your collection. You know, it's gonna make more sense to you at the end of the day. And they don't have to be $1,000 books. They could just be $4 books at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, you're right, 100%. So I got a question. What is one book that y'all, or even story or anything that y'all like that you hear no one ever talk about, or you hear what's that? Not so much that they haven't read it or even heard of it.
I got 2 of them. One of them is Garth Ennis wrote a 4-issue series called Pride and Joy. And the artwork, I told him, I met him one time. He signed my copy, and I told him, look, the art on this book was not good, but your story was I told him, but your story and your writing compelled me so much that I had to keep on reading and pick up the next issue, the next issue, and the next issue. And he told me it was option. That was his very first option work. And it never happened, but the story was so good. It was a hitman that took his family out on vacation, and trouble comes after him. But it was a damn good story. And the second one is Spider-Man when he first fights the Hobgoblin. You actually felt Spider-Man struggling and trying to win, trying to survive. I don't feel that way with the books now. The main part was Hobgoblin was in a truck, and he had to reinforce everything else, and he was telling Spider-Man, this glass you're not going to break because it's made to withstand a grenade. And Spider-Man's just punching and punching and punching until he finally cracks it. And it was like, and you could see his head is down. He's not happy. He's not smiling. His head is down. He's tired, and he's just punching. And you don't see those stories now today. I don't get that anymore. So that's my 2.
Yeah. Spidey's dope, stuff like that. That's why I like Spidey so much, man. It like all versions of Spider-Man too. Doesn't matter which one it is, Peter, Miles. They all share that same quality where it's like you can see that they really, really, really want to do the right thing and try to help or whatever, right? You see it in them. And at the end of the day, they're kids. So, young people going in through trying to, defend 100 grown-ups or the entire city or whatever it is. I think that's pretty cool. That's why I like Miles. That's why I like Spider-Man as well. That's why I like Invincible, because Invincible, that story actually, like, I know everybody's talking about it now, but let's be honest, before the show was optioned, before the show was on,
yeah,
who was talking about Invincible?
It's always like that. Always like that.
So it's a really well written story. It's it goes into detail about the amount of destruction that goes along whenever you have these massive battles with the bad guys, right? Yeah. So everybody's always cheering on, yeah, that's dope. And then you turn around, 100 people dead. It's like, right? So that guilt that he carried with him in the storyline. I don't want to give it away more than that, but it's a great story, man. Go buy the. I would recommend anybody buying that book, buying the volumes, reading that. It's a great read. Kirkman's a great writer at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I still like The Walking Dead. I think it's a great series.
Oh, I
Um,
was gonna talk about that too. Yeah, I
you know,
think it's awesome.
amazing. The artwork on it is great. Like it goes so well with the writing. So things like that. I like Saga. I still like Saga. You know, I don't hear a lot of people
Yeah,
talking about it. It's still ongoing. It's a great series. Um,
Brian K.
I like
Vaughan.
mostly independent books, really. I collect Marvel. So this is interesting. So I collect Marvel for the value, and I read independent books.
Mm-hmm.
There
Yeah.
you go. The I would. Oh, what about you, Paul?
Hmm?
What
I
about
mean, on that, I guess it depends. Like the book I really liked was a Batman book where it's not I think it's four. I'm trying to think 416, 414. I have it over there, but it's a story where he's trying to save the girls from getting killed from what do you call them guys?
which one?
Zero Faust.
I have a good one, man. I appreciate you stopping by.
All right, Rafals, was it a
Thank
serial
you.
killer killing all the girls and Batman's like a step behind him, you know?
Mm.
When he finally in story, he finally thinks that he captured this guy because I guess the vehicle whatnot. He captures the guy. He's in jail. Lo and behold, by the story before the story ends, the guy kills again, or the person kills again, and it's like you see him vulnerable. Like, damn, I can't. I'm the greatest detective mind ever. I got these super villains I can take out. I got all this, people fear him, but he just is behind on catching this guy. It's a great story to me. I'm like,
It sounds familiar, but I can't remember. I don't remember which villain it was.
it's not a villain. It's just a serial killer. He just doesn't. After that, the next issue, I don't even think they even go into that story anymore.
Hey, but oh, I thought you were done.
No, I'm good. Yeah, I was just saying that's the story I like. Nobody really talks about that issue, but it's just to me like he's such a great detective, but in that story, he's one step behind on the guy. It's like, wow.
Yeah, you told me about that before too, a couple of times.
Yeah, I had it on Carlos's
Yeah,
giveaway show when we talked about it, but I was just like going off of what Champ was saying. I read like Something's Killing the Children. I think it's a good title. I haven't read Saga. I mean, I've heard stuff about it, but I've read that one. I've read a bunch of independent books, and they're really good. But it's like, you collect Marvel and stuff like that because those are the ones that hold the value and all that.
Wow.
But I do read a few independent books, especially this Dracula book. I'm gonna start reading, and then, like I said, I'm a big Transformer guy, so I've been reading the new Transformer
Man.
stuff. So.
Yo, issue number 1. Bro, if you don't like issue number 1, just I don't know. If
I mean,
can
I
hang
didn't
out
like
with
what
you.
they did with Teletran 1, but I mean, like, as
on,
far
bro.
as like the issue, man, it was as far as like the issue and him running after he blew up Teletran 1, that was pretty
Oh
good.
man, Bumblebee too.
But then I don't know how RC and Cliffjumper are gonna be in issue 2, and then they got a flashback scene with Megatron, I believe. But I don't know what's gonna happen. I think all the Transformers die in issue 2 or something like that.
And then a reboot comes up the following week.
What I like is when he
Number
just
one.
Starscream just blasts his Bumblebee, man. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that I was
Fire.
like, God.
But
Yeah.
it
You know what's great is-
reminded me of the movie though when he.
I was
did
like, this is not the Transformers you grew up with, buddy.
Nope.
That last panel on issue number 1, I was just like, yo, they doing that? That's fire. So I would encourage people to go pick that up. They're what, issue 2 or 3 now? Like
They're issue
early on.
2's coming out.
Yeah,
But
they're
yeah,
early on, so you can still find it on the wall. Pick
And
that
what's
up.
cool
That's
is
a good
that they're gonna integrate the G.I. Joe Transformer universe. It's called
Right.
the Energon universe, I believe. But I
Right.
don't know.
So again, Robert Kirkman, right? Putting things together. I know he's not the one,
Yeah.
but it's all under Skybound, which is
Skybound.
his. And I don't know if you guys know this about him, but he's trying to option everything that's under Skybound. So, you know what Strictly used to say? Always pick up the image number
Number
one.
Image number ones,
Yeah.
yep.
Pick up anything Skybound number one.
But
Yeah.
when you said that, you know, I mean, like, I don't know which direction he's going with Transformers. He didn't bring back none of the OG guys, but on GI Joe he did bring back Larry Hama because they're just gonna go off of ID. Was it Dynamite IDW? IDW did him, right?
Things that IDW.
IDW. So they ended it at 300, and now Larry Hama's gonna be riding 301 and up. But I don't know if they're going to integrate that or they're just going to do like another GI Joe thing, and I don't know where they're going with it. But they're going OG for GI Joe with Larry Hama coming back.
Hey, real quick, Rafael, I wanted to give him a shout out. He said he got a 6-book lot of Bronze Age House of Secrets recently for $30, and when they arrived at his house, they were all Mark Jewelers.
Damn.
Rafael, congratulations. Love finding stuff like that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hey,
And error books and stuff like that. Yeah.
error books are always cool to find. Those double covers, all that
Double
kind of
covers,
stuff.
yeah.
Double covers are cool.
Yeah, I only have one.
What do you have?
I have no idea. I don't remember now.
Man,
I don't. It
But you
wasn't
know you got one
important.
though. You know you got one.
I know I
though.
got one.
Yeah.
damn, champ,
I got
you're
one.
doing so good right now.
Someone here. It just wasn't. You know, I was like, oh, cool. I didn't know what it. I didn't know it was that until I got home and opened it up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
See, that's the best
you know,
thing is getting home and looking at your book, and then you're like, wait a minute, you notice something that. See, like you did the double cover. I noticed mine was color touch. So, I mean, mine wasn't exciting news like yours, but
hey, it's important though.
yeah. Yeah.
So listen, I'm gonna bounce here soon because it's 1:07.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
about to
No,
bounce.
that's all good.
I'm gonna go do some hunting in the morning and then prep
Yeah,
for
me
the
too.
auction tomorrow night. You gonna be
No.
on?
I'm hosting. Of course,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on there, champ.
I know
Yeah,
you gonna be on.
I'm gonna show up a little later though. I have something to do before.
Yeah, he's.
I bet.
But yeah, y'all tune in tomorrow with us, and we're gonna be there for the pop up. Appreciate Collector having me on as well.
I'll put the
Thank
banner
you.
up real quick.
I don't have the banner up. You got to do that. I don't do all that. The hell?
You got to work on this platform too, Paul.
Hell no, he wanted me to, but he was like, "Yeah, man, let me sing you that." And I named hell no, don't put me to work.
He gave me every excuse in the book.
Hey,
Yeah.
Champ, I went to the LCS on one of their sales and got a book. It was heavy, so I knew what it was. So when I got home, it was a double Mark Jewelers.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Nope, it's not.
Dang,
Good Lord.
it's
man.
good enough to find one, let alone double.
Yeah, you know I don't have any. No, I'm lying. I have one Mark Jeweler. It's an Iron Man book.
Oh.
I'll bring it out tomorrow. I'm gonna sell it tomorrow.
There you go.
Or I guess I'll try to sell it. I should say. I'm no guarantees there. But yeah, I'm bringing a couple of 180s, Hulk 180s.
Hey,
Try to sell those. See if anybody's interested in that.
there you go, guys.
But yeah, it should be fun, man. It
Check
should be
out-
fun. Yeah, come on by. Go to the Strictly Comics auction tomorrow night. We're doing the pop up. Starting
Yeah,
at
we'll be posting
8:30
today
Eastern time?
and,
Yeah.
at 19:30, guys. We'll be there at 19:30.
7:30
Yep.
people.
I don't know.
Yep,
No,
yep.
I need
It'll
help
be a
with
good
that.
time. What else you guys got cooking up, man? Outside of that, what about you, Collector? When you doing posting more videos up?
Oh man. So I was gonna post a video of the books. Next video I'm gonna post up are just show the collection where I'm at right now for the newsstands. But other than that, and then show what I'm gonna pick up tomorrow because tomorrow we have a local show. I shouldn't have said nothing because Paul said, "What? There's a show tomorrow?" There's a show tomorrow, so
No,
I know
we
it.
gotta be.
It's technically not really a show. It's like a spooky
It's a
thing.
show.
But yeah, he's gonna.
Oh, hey, you never know where you're finding those, man.
That's why I go to card shows, man.
Yeah.
That's where I found out at ASM.
Exactly. Yeah. You'll have the one random person with a book that you're like, nice, and you get a good deal on them.
I was over here.
So yeah. So all right, guys. Well, I'm gonna bounce, man. It was appreciate you inviting
All right,
me over,
man.
man.
Appreciate it.
You guys are awesome, bro.
Thank you,
Anytime
collector.
you want to slide through,
Yeah.
man, let me know.
Well,
And I'll
I'm about
catch
to
up
end it
with
right
you
now,
guys
anyways.
tomorrow.
But appreciate y'all guys.
All right, brother. See ya.
All right, man.
Later.
There we go. But all right, guys. Appreciate y'all stopping by. There goes Paul. But yeah, appreciate y'all guys stopping by. Make sure to check out the auction tomorrow. Pop up on Strictly, and then Sunday, Michael, you're gonna be on there Sunday.
I should be.
Okay, so y'all make sure to check him out too. He'll be on there Sunday. So, and then I'll be on the giveaway show with Paul, Weapon, Carlos, obviously, Wednesdays. So check that out too. But you got anything, Michael? You want to say anything?
I'm trying to. I got a video out, but I got to re-edit. I'm gonna do some more editing, and then I would like. What I want to do is, I don't want to go back and dig into my old personal stuff. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna do video on what I bought this year, which is already a short box, and is gonna include CGC slabs. Matter of fact, I got a box that I need to go pick up at the post office, and it's 7 slabs in there. And I've already got a notification that I'm getting stuff back from New York Comic Con. And that's what I'm gonna be focusing on. Hopefully I'll get some of it uploaded as soon as I can.
There you go. Nice. So y'all make sure to give him a follow, guys, on
And I
Instagram.
gotta change the names.
Yeah, so we're gonna put a pause on the YouTube right now, but for sure hit him up on Instagram. Check him out Sunday. He should be selling on Strictly's. But other than that, guys, I appreciate y'all stopping by. Especially, it's my first time doing this, so sorry if it kind of messed up a few times. But other than that, I'll get more used to it. But y'all have a good night, guys. I appreciate it.
Later.